What is going on, Crisis Actors? It is episode 1100 of Pop Culture Crisis. My name is Brett. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. As you know, here at PCC, we always celebrate the hundreds. Every 100 episodes, we take a single episode to sit there and kind of appreciate the fact that you've done 100 more of these, because you have to appreciate what you've got while it's happening, not just after the fact. I think that's important. And I am here to do that celebrating with my co-host. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, Crisis Actors. It's Mary. Happy Friday. This is, of course, a special Friday where we're going to provide you even more content. We have a couple of $20 super chats that I want to get to first from Shane H. Wilder. Happy episode 1100, Brett and Mary. As is tradition, I've made a short to celebrate this milestone. It was about 20 hours of work. I hope y'all enjoy it. See if you can spot the fly I accidentally killed with a baseball bat.
Shane, I checked it out. I'm going to have to push back on the idea of it being a short because it's 5 minutes long. So it can be a film short, but a short in the current year social media context is like 3 minutes or less. So it's 5 minutes long, but perhaps we will check that out at the end of the show here today.
Yes, if we can get through our segments and super chats in time, we'll have some extra time on our hands for that. And Katie said, congrats on your milestone episode. Maybe if Johnny Depp can rebuild his life after a horrible marriage breakup, Will Smith can find his manhood again and embrace his talent once more. Well, I mean, if you ask me, I don't think Will Smith measures up to the level of generational talent that Johnny Depp has, but that's just my opinion, my racist opinion. Okay, I think those are the 20s for now, but I did want to just quickly pull the audience on something that is highly controversial these days. I know most standards of dress have fallen to the wayside these days, but at weddings, it's a different story. In fact, one pet peeve of mine is when people designate a dress code for their wedding and they don't actually know what it means. Like they'll say black tie without realizing that black tie requires tuxedos for the men and floor-length gowns for women, when they really just mean wear something nice. But anyway, I have a wedding to attend soon, dangerously soon, and I have not chosen what to wear yet. I mostly wear black, as you all know, and I don't think it's a violation of etiquette to wear black to a wedding. But I have a question. Is it inappropriate to wear a dress that has accents of white to a wedding? Is that stealing the spotlight from the bride? Like, so for instance, I have an entirely black dress that has like 2 bows on it that are white. Or I have another dress that is the houndstooth print, so it's both black and white, but I wouldn't consider that stepping into the bride's territory.
The first one sounds okay, the second one doesn't.
Houndstooth is a no for a wedding? It
sounds like a no to me. I suppose it depends on how much the white pops on there.
I can't imagine caring. Like, I will abide by whatever rules are set by the bride and groom, whatever. But I can't imagine like in that. In their shoes, like I would not care.
I asked the question. I said, white accents on a dress at a wedding, yay or nay? I had to double check and see how they spelled yay when you're saying yay or nay. Apparently it's Y-E-A.
Oh, we've definitely done that before with just Y-A-Y.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do, but I'm a stickler for the rules.
Anyway, I'm done with my little rant. It's just things bother me,
So, I'm
a tortured person.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you make your opinion known on this poll. It's about as important of a poll as we've ever put up on here, I think we can safely say. We have a $20 super chat here from Kyle Dixon. Says, congratulations on episode 1100. Having PCC set to auto-download on Spotify gets me the Oprah. The Oprah?
Oprah.
Also downloaded every day. That's success, people. Oh, it does like the additional. I don't know how to turn that off. I don't like. So it's like it gives you like you may also like this podcast shit in your timeline. And I have no idea how to turn that off.
And how is Oprah similar to PCC?
I mean, she's just like us.
I think we're way better than Oprah, personally. If we have any crystal chicks in the audience, they might think a bigger milestone is when we reach episode 1111, because that's supposed to be like a magic angel number or something. Tell me what it means if you know. But
let us know in the chat
soon as well.
If you know what 1111 will mean other than to make a wish. You'll have to let us know. As always, guys, hit the like button on the episode. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you have not subscribed here yet already. And why wouldn't you? You should go ahead and do that right now. Remember, we will be live 2 to 5 today, not 3 to 5, obviously, because it's not 3 o'clock yet. So we will be doing a 3-hour stream. We've got topics to get into, but also then we're going to hang out with you guys and we're going to talk and we're going to see what's going on with everybody else. So thank you guys, as always, for joining us on the hundreds. It's a very big deal. So thank you. What are we getting into today then? Well, number one, of course, being that Johnny Depp is back. And apparently, the people that don't like Johnny Depp are very offended by the teaser for his new movie coming out over Thanksgiving called Ebenezer, because it seems to be doing a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Bob's your uncle sort of callback to the fact that it's not just Ebenezer who's back, it's Johnny Depp who's back. And to these people that apparently probably have Amber Heard Stan accounts as their alts, they're not happy about this. So we'll get into that discussion. The trailer was okay. We'll show it here and we'll talk about it. Also, Olivia Rodrigo, there is some massive weapons grade cope going on in the Olivia Rodrigo fan base as they fall over themselves trying to come up with excuses for such an anti-capitalist queen dating such a symbol of capitalism. Correct?
Yeah, it's a lot of journalists doing major damage control for Olivia Rodrigo's reputation. Perhaps they're getting paid to do so. That's up to you.
Also, the meta glasses are being pushed on women, and the meta glasses are creepy. Okay, they're creepy.
Yeah, that's both true. They're more so being pushed on the girls and the gays, but there is a new effort to frame perv glasses as a fashion accessory rather than an invasion of privacy.
Okay. So we got that. We got a $20 super chat here from Pop Culture Junkie. Says 1,100 shows. That is quite a milestone. Congratulations to my favorite podcasters. I have a very rare day drink to enjoy a toast of a fine lager to 1,100 more. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. I only have my Hello Kitty Stanley, so
that's okay.
Click there. I just cheersed you.
All right. If you're ready to go, we can go. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go for it then. Let's talk about the Olivia Rodrigo fan base coping majorly.
Yeah, this week the world discovered that Olivia Rodrigo is in a brand new relationship with a finance bro who works as a private equity associate. His name is Julian Cronenbergs. We know very little about him that isn't listed on his LinkedIn profile, but so far her entire fan base, as well as the entire feminist journalist brigade, is in full-on panic mode, trying to come up with some reasonable explanation for why their feminist icon is dating a soulless capitalist pig, such as this. Thank you. That was pretty good timing, wasn't it? Kind of perfectly punctuated.
Yes.
Okay.
That one before you go on, that one was for High Voltage, who just gifted 20 PCC memberships. So thank you so much.
Thank you, High Voltage. We appreciate it.
Continue.
So that begins with this article in The Cut. The Drop Dead singer is rumored to be dating Julian Cronenbergs, who, according to his LinkedIn, works at a private equity firm. Can you blame her for being interested in a normal man? I don't think there's anything normal about this
Private
guy.
equity isn't normal.
Working in private equity, going to Brown University, and starting out as an analyst at Goldman Sachs. None of that stuff is what I would consider a normal man.
It's more normal. Their comparison they're making is that it's more normal than dating another musician. There's more people working in finance and private equity than people being successful in music, perhaps. It's just the arts is a different thing.
Sure. I guess they mean non-famous. But they could have said that. You know, they could have said someone who's not a celebrity. And it's weird that they're kind of mirroring the language that was used around Taylor Swift pairing up with Travis Kelce, even though he's obviously world famous in his own right.
Another 20
and not normal.
From Weary Traveler. Another 20 from Weary Traveler says, my favorite background slop while I slave away in corporate America. Congratulations on 1,100.
We are happy to oblige.
Thank you.
A little flavor to your day. So they framed it that way when Taylor got with Travis. It's like, he's a normal guy. He's not like all of these sensitive, creative types that she's been dating. And then similarly, they said that of Lana Del Rey's now husband, the alligator tour guide. And he is the closest thing I would say to a normal man in that group.
Yes.
But here is their cope in New York Magazine. Per page 6, Rodrigo and the mystery man have been spotted multiple times, seemingly traveling from Iceland to New York. The Daily Mail claims that he is Julian Cronenberg's, who, according to LinkedIn, works at a private equity firm and was previously an analyst at Goldman Sachs, what we call a finance bro. And listen, I'm not here to judge. This is typically the advice every woman receives after dating a string of messy artists. In Rodrigo's case, Joshua Bassett, followed by music executive and DJ Zach Bia, and producer Adam Faze, and Louis Partridge after that. I can see the appeal of a man who studied applied mathematics at Brown University, speaks Dutch and French, and played for the U.S. men's national field hockey team from 2018 to 2020. Still, something tells me he might not pass the will he go to space test.
What?
So that's a little bit of a callback.
Oh, yes. It was her thing about going to space. Yes.
She said it's a red flag if a man says that he would like to visit space. I agree with that take. He probably would fill that. Thanks, guys. Now, this was followed by yet another opinion piece in Vogue about the same subject, trying to clean up Olivia Rodrigo's mess. Possibly, according to some theories, commissioned by Olivia's PR team. They say, if you're as rich and famous as Olivia Rodrigo, it's probably nice to be with someone who will reach for the check without making you listen to their new demo. And this is in a column they carry called I Want What They Have. It's about celebrity romances, and this is the latest one that they've covered. They say this current rumored relationship isn't one that she has sung about or even discussed publicly yet. She has been linked to private equity associate Julian Cronenberg's. Not only have the two been spotted in Brooklyn, they've also been spotted at the Icelandic airport together, heading back to New York. If there's one thing that can truly test or confirm brand new love, it's traveling. Cronenberg certainly isn't a public figure on Olivia Rodrigo's level, but we do know that he worked at Goldman Sachs before joining private equity firm HG Capital and played field hockey at Brown University. Men in finance have been so back since roughly 2024. I think you'll all remember the summer hit of that year. I'm looking for a man in finance. 6'5", blue eyes.
Wait, so
fund.
okay, so the idea here is that if he pays for the check, he'll make her the musician will make her listen to his demo tape or something like that. But I'm sure this guy could mansplain some financial perspectives for like businesses and stuff like that.
And I mean, for all we know, maybe he's not as wealthy as some of the actors or musicians that she's dated before.
Yeah. But he speaks Dutch, so,
But they say, honestly, I didn't expect Rodrigo to fall for one, given she is mostly stuck to musicians and actors in the past. But while it seems nice to be able to connect on a creative level with your beau, I also kind of understand the appeal of a man who simply makes money.
That is such a nefarious thing to say.
That's their and by the way, I must highlight this part. This is crazy. Don't get me wrong. I'm a card-carrying, tiresome socialist who fully believes all of Wall Street should be turned into an organic community garden ASAP. Get on it, Mayor Mamdani. But there's a sick capitalist part of me that still kind of adores the idea of Olivia Rodrigo bypassing all the many music boys who must be lined up for her attention and getting with a guy who's into suits and salmon shorts. Then again, who knows? Maybe Julian Cronenberg's has an after-hours creative side that we have yet to find out about.
Maybe he does.
Maybe he's a sommelier on top of all that.
Maybe maybe he takes acting classes at the learning annex or something like that.
But this is, of course, them trying to fit a feminist square peg into a circle.
No, I don't even think it's that. I think it's literally just they can't deny their, like, it's buried deep within them in after all the indoctrination and all of the modernity. There yearns the desire for money and status and power that they just don't want to admit to.
Or just for straight up, romance, at least as it existed in like the dating world of the 90s.
Yep.
Just the idea that a man is a man and a woman is a woman, but they can't really frame it that way or else their entire worldview would collapse.
I wonder if she asked him, like, what abortion charities do you donate to?
I am certain this man, at least performatively, claims to be a feminist who is pro-choice. Yeah. But this tweet really says it all. They call Julian Cronenberg the perfect distillation of all Zoomer Foyd's desires. Tall, handsome, Ivy League educated, works in finance, non-problematically, ethnically ambiguous, but still white presenting, and from old family money. Cronenberg's, dropped your Vaughn a few generations ago, pal. And I mean, I guess if this were the distillation of Zoomette desires in the dating pool, I was unaware of it, but maybe this is their secret desire that, is underneath what they talk about like emotional intelligence. Mm-hmm. And then there are claims that this guy is MAGA and a Zionist. I have no idea where they're getting that from.
He likes money, therefore he's MAGA because he wants to keep the money that he makes.
He's probably pro-business and fiscally conservative to some degree. And they said, I guess asking the White House not to use her music was enough activism for her. That part is true. And in regard to her recent activist bona fides, she is, of course, still promoting this all-female artist music festival, Daisy Chain Fields, and that is going to take place in August. But she has now announced that she's partnering with 10 women-owned Etsy shops to design handmade merch for the Daisy Chain Fields Festival.
So the idea here is that she's going to work with a bunch of people that are not big corporations. She's going to work with like small Etsy shops.
That are owned by women, most importantly.
Of course.
Or at least people who identify as women. Of course, the all-female lineup of musical artists includes a biological male, at least one. But one of these replies said, she gets caught dating a private equity MAGA Zionist, and suddenly 20 articles of her being woke for women drop.
I mean, they just
interesting timing.
Like, unless there's like a video of this guy at January 6th, like, what are they like? Is the idea just like MAGA people like money and Jewish people like money, therefore he's a MAGA Zionist?
Well, is he Jewish? I know the Berg in his name might indicate.
No, they're just racist, and they're probably just throwing that on there because they're racist and weird.
We really don't know anything about this guy other than what he does for a living.
I did like the response that Shrimp Billionaire gave under his initial post that said, he is an example of the perfect accessory to their Instagrammable lifestyle, something that can mold to every generational trend, and of course is not famous in his own right and will never overshadow her. Zoomer Foids just want an accent piece for their Pinterest boards.
I will say the most sympathetic element to this perspective is that he doesn't have a social media presence. Mm-hmm. That is attractive. that he's not egotistically promoting himself as an influencer or any sort of creative. Like, I'm sure there are vices particular to creative types that finance bros don't share, though they come with their own, I'm sure, different vices.
The funniest version of this is like Olivia Rodrigo giving these 10 Etsy shops like an unbelievable amount of demand that they can't meet on time.
It's gonna ruin their
They're
life.
like, you better get to crocheting now.
Yeah, they're literally in the sweatshops right now.
You signed the contract. You better get to sewing and making your ugly earrings and your ugly shirts and your ugly everything.
They're gonna be selling like period blood art and like resin earrings that look like labias. Like, it's just it's going to be the most like 2010s version of feminism imaginable.
Yep.
All over again, I'm sure.
Yep.
Can't wait to find out what happens.
Maybe
I hope that the Daisy Chain Fields Festival turns into Fire Festival. I don't know what it would be at this point, 6.0.
Maybe the earrings, like the left earring will say Plan A and the right earring will say Plan B.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. There'll be like a ball pit, but it's just full of birth control pills. You can just swim in that.
Oh, you know,
they'll use Plan B pills as confetti.
No, have you ever seen those like those decorative vases that have like the colored rocks on the inside in there? They're like see-through. They kind of look like something from the ocean.
Sure.
You have that, but it's just all Plan B pills. It's all just
Perfect.
It's just fake Plan B pills.
Love it. And of course, she's going to then develop her own special line of decorative coat hangers to match.
That's the way to do it.
Sorry, that was vulgar. I shouldn't have said that.
That's normally me who makes that joke. That's I'm usually the one with the coat hanger jokes here at PCC. All right, let's move on. Let them live in their cope, and we will move on. Let's this one's actually worse. If I'm being honest.
Yeah. Speaking of Zoomer dating discourse, this story has blown up on my timeline, at least. And if you haven't seen it, I'll share the details with you. This viral post sums it up, or at least sums up the fictional version of the story. So imagine this. You have 1,500 followers. You've locked down your 10 out of 10 girl. You've spent 5 years together, but the soccer star from your country with 50 million followers wants your girl. She dumps you in 2 weeks for Lamine Yamal. Now he took her to the World Cup. Competition was unfair. And in these photos, you will see footballer Lamine Yamal with his new girlfriend. Her name is Inez Garcia. And in the second screenshot, you can see her commenting allegedly on her ex-boyfriend's Instagram 3 weeks ago saying, "I love you, babe." Now, it's very hard for me to parse through information about this rumor mill because most of the people involved don't speak English, and it seems to be resonating the most with the global South. Another one of these posts features Lamine Yamal and Inez Garcia, and she's standing there holding a Birkin bag that he supposedly purchased for her.
They're saying this is AI in the comments of this photo.
It certainly looks that way because I know Birkins are not that small.
That's what they said.
But one of the quote tweets says, "Modern women really are so shallow. She traded a 5-year relationship in which she was engaged just so she can be a high-end prostitute for an ugly athlete. And women on social media are just like, wow, look at the expensive bag." Now, never mind the fact that this photo isn't even real. But also, they have fabricated the part about her being engaged. Some people are even claiming that she was married to this previous guy. And all of those details aside, people are going to draw the conclusions they were already, preempting to take. One of the quote tweets says, "My actually trad take is that you are not obligated to stay with anyone you're not married to, especially if you're a woman. Otherwise, what is marriage?
Wait.
Half a decade together and no ring? That's on him."
Wait, why is there a caveat for women there? Like, why do they have more of an edge there in the non-married world? I'm confused.
probably the biological clock aspect
Oh, okay.
heightens the pressure for women if they're in a forever girlfriend situation
Mhm.
where they don't have the same ability to afford wasting time.
Okay.
But Inez Garcia seems to be unbothered by all of this chatter online. She's still posting tons of photos with Lamine Yamal while people are making up all these different versions of the story. But as far as I could tell, she addressed it at length on X before promptly locking down her account and replacing her profile picture with a black screen.
I mean, she's got 3.9 million like followers, so it's not like this is just this guy didn't pluck some woman out of obscurity.
No, she's a signed model. I'm sure if she wants a Birkin, she can either buy it herself or get one for free from Hermes herself. But here is supposedly her lengthy response to those who have sent her hate as a result of this viral story. It's roughly translated as, "I never imagined that sharing something so simple would turn into this. I've spent hours reading comments, and while I try to put on a brave face, I'm human too. Behind this account is someone who feels, cries, and makes mistakes. And being in a relationship doesn't make me any less human. I understand that not everyone is going to like everyone else. I understand criticism when it's respectful. But there is a huge difference between having an opinion and taking the time to humiliate, insult, or wish the worst upon someone you don't even know. I'm not hurting anyone. I haven't taken anything from anyone. I'm just living my life. I truly ask that before writing a comment, you remember there is a person on the other side of the screen, someone who also has family, friends, insecurities, and feelings. You have no idea how your words can affect someone. I am a woman with feelings, with a family that reads these things too, and with good days and bad days just like anyone else. I'm not trying to convince anyone to like me. I'm just asking for a little empathy, a little humanity, because no one deserves to receive hundreds or thousands of hateful messages. I hope that one day the internet stops feeling like a place where cruelty is celebrated."
Prior
In the meantime,
to...
I'm going to keep trying to live my life respectfully, and I hope those reading this can do the same. To the lovely people who took the time to read this, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I just like sharing little bits of my life. I never intend to harm anyone or make them feel bad with what I post. At the end of the day, we're all just trying to live our lives the best way we can. I hope we can always choose compassion over hate.
Prior to literally this time in human history, you never had access to literally millions of people to follow you and share their feelings about it. So you are living in very interesting and unique times. This is unknown territory before, the last 15, 20 years. And unfortunately, what we've learned is that human beings just really aren't that nice when there's the barrier of avatars and anonymity on the internet, to which you have to just decide if being online and having a social media presence is even worth it. Do you even care? Right? I make the joke all the time. I'm like, if I didn't have to use X for work, I wouldn't have it at all. I wouldn't use it in any way, shape, or form. It's just it's very likely that she's also very addicted to the positive attention. Otherwise, you wouldn't be reading hundreds of comments. If you were ambivalent about it, you just wouldn't read any of them, or you'd move on. Or you would be aware of the fact that the comments bother you, so you wouldn't read them, but you're addicted to the positive ones, so you get stuck reading the negative ones as well.
If we understand this, and neither of us are nearly on the same level of public life, it's hard to imagine she was so naive as to the consequences of sharing anything of a relationship with a world famous athlete.
I mean, she's also like, how old is she? She's like in her early 20s. She's like a 20.
I assume so.
An early 20s woman. So, it's a lot probably harder to accept the negativity from the be kind people. Everyone please be kind.
Yeah, none of this stuff, by the way, has been confirmed, let alone that she was in a relationship. Some people are even claiming that she denied she was dating the previous guy at all. So, but then you take it to this extreme where people are claiming she was like married to this dude.
Yeah, people never let the truth get in the way of a good story that can be painted well on X.
So it's alleged that a few weeks before the World Cup, which is when Inez Garcia started posting photos wearing Yamal's jersey and publicly supporting him, she was dating someone else, though that has not been confirmed. And a screenshot then circulated on social media of her commenting, "I love you, babe," on a photo of her with another man, though it hasn't been confirmed either if that photo is real or not.
I mean, I feel like she would have addressed this in her lengthy post. Futile as it would have been.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, do you even bother denying the claims if everyone is just going to believe what they want to believe anyway? I mean, I doubt that she's in some kind of whirlwind romance with this footballer. She's probably just social climbing, as you do. But she even was seen in an old video from TikTok answering questions from fans. And one of them asked her if she would prefer Kylian Mbappe or Lamine Yamal. And she answered to that question that she would prefer to date Bellingham, it's Jude Bellingham, an English footballer. Her joke being she wouldn't date either of the previously mentioned athletes, and yet she ended up dating Lamine Yamal anyway. So that appears that she's just in it for the fame, the money, the publicity, but doesn't want any of the negative side effects of those things.
Yeah, the clout comes with a price.
Yeah. And yeah, the only post from her was that long drawn out one that doesn't actually address any of the details and doesn't deny any of the claims. So then people are just going to think you're admitting guilt. But I mean, on the other hand, you can see this happening with the genders reversed, allegedly. There's another footballer on Spain's team named Ferran Torres, who is said to have dumped his girlfriend just before scoring the winning goal for Spain in the World Cup.
What?
So, I mean, you could basically direct this backlash at anybody, but this is particular fodder for red pill discourse online because they're calling it an example of hypergamy. Not to deny that exists in the dating world, whether or not you're famous or wealthy, but it's just like slop to me. It just seems like gender war, more and more gender war slop.
Well, I mean, the majority of this stuff is the problem with the internet is that the best way to get any type of traction is to share the most hyperbolic and unbelievably awful examples of each gender behaving, and then trying to pretend as if that is representative of the vast majority of whoever it is that you're trying to dunk on. And it's not really fair to either gender when you do it. And for the most part, it ends up being something that I just turn off. Like I don't read stuff. Like if it feels like it's being embellished in some way for the sake of clicks, I turn off. Or even if it's true. And did you see the one the other day about the woman who wrote the long post about wanting to have an abortion because she was gonna have a boy?
No, I did not.
I see posts like that, and I'm just like, I don't know if this is true. I don't personally care if it's true because it's designed to upset people.
Yeah.
And then the top comments are like, men finally understanding what girls born in China have been through, and as if like the conservatives in America wouldn't be absolutely horrified by whichever person it was. It's ridiculous. It's slop, and it's designed to keep you angry. You the public angry for the sake of their bank accounts. So you should not give them that power.
The story might as well have been exaggerated to the point where, like, not only did she dump this guy for an athlete, she also ran him over with her car.
No, they were best friends from childhood. They fell in love once they became teenagers. They were high school sweethearts. And then and then meanwhile, she's got 3.9 million followers on Instagram, and she's a world famous model from whatever, Spain or wherever she's from.
Yeah, she was famous in her own right before this relationship even started. But I think one takeaway from this, if I can concoct one right off the top of my head, is that most of this discourse is being driven by people who are non-Westerners.
Well-
Okay, if you check the origin of a lot of these accounts peddling the story, they're in South Asia or the Middle East, and a lot of these posts are also being auto-translated from Spanish or Arabic. Don't pay attention to red pill discourse that is taking place in countries where they still live in filth. Okay, like I do feel like a globalized internet has accelerated an already toxic dating discourse that existed in the West, because they are imposing their own values on the dating like environment that exists in Western first world countries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I saw one of these memes, like it's not really a meme because it's not a joke, but it was like, which girl would you choose? And then there's like an AI hoe and an AI trad wife, and like it has like listed traits underneath both, and it's like dresses modestly, and then for the AI hoe it says like wears Western clothing, and then like one of them at the bottom of the list said like is okay. Under the trad wife it says she's okay with living with your parents after marriage. And it's like, this is not an American did not make this post.
Yeah.
But there are tons of like American guys who didn't read to the end of the post replying and be like, I'd totally pick the trad one. Like
the vast majority of the things that annoy you on X, the post is made by somebody in South Asia
or India. Yeah, it's these people should not use the same internet that we use.
That would be a smart.
That's my main takeaway from all this. I'm not engaging with nonverbal content from the global South.
All right.
I'm tuning it out.
Guys, before we move on, just a reminder, the only bet that we've got going so far today is that I will debase myself, I suppose, and wear a Bob Dylan t-shirt if we get to 11 crisis parties. You know, last night, when I was on IRL, Mike Benz was talking about his love of talking about the topic of the CIA and its involvement in the music industry. And all I could think about is like, that's the only thing that could explain Bob Dylan, is if, you know,
the CIA was backing Bob Dylan,
tied to MK Ultra or something,
or USAID. Which one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I believe it. Yeah, sure.
The funny thing about it is like, I understand that people are never going to understand the whole of like what it means to, like, literally before I made that joke on the show, I hadn't thought of Bob Dylan in years, probably, unless he came up on the show. And I don't really care about Bob Dylan. I just think his voice is a bit boring. But it, like, I made a joke that was hyperbolic, and it just evolved into like a burning hatred of Bob Dylan that I will have to continuously do now for the rest of my life because it's a bit. And that's fine.
You have to commit to the bit. There's no other way.
It's perfect because it's definitely not an artist where I'm going to listen to him like when I'm not doing it and then feel guilty for doing the bit, because I'm definitely not going to listen to that shit. But, you know, it is what it is. But we're 10 crisis parties away from that. Perhaps we'll get there. All right, let's move on. What would you like to see, the cringe or the cute?
We've got a pretty good cringe.
Okay.
I would say let's start with that.
Awkward questions in elevators. Okay.
Yeah, this is quite something.
Here we go.
America's favorite show, Awkward Questions on an Elevator. Question number 1. Which religion is right about God? Anybody? Jewish. Anybody else?
Every.
Okay.
Oh, that was so modern. Every religion.
Okay, next question. Would you rather have a gay son or a lesbian daughter? You have to have a homosexual child, but you either have a gay son, you either have a Lance Bass, or a, I can't think of, Ellen DeGeneres. What are we choosing? Anybody?
Damn, son.
Whatever God will give us.
Okay. Question.
Wait, what would they say?
Whatever God gives us.
Oh, see, they're not even answering the questions.
No, they're trying to get cop-out answers.
Question number 3. What is your favorite racial group? Mine is black people. I love that. Very unpopular opinion, but I think the world would be so dull without black people. Anybody else? Anybody else have a favorite racial group? Miss, you? You? I'm guessing it's the Jews.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of them.
There we go.
Everybody God's creation.
Okay, and last question. Who would be a better president, Gavin Newsom or J.D. Vance?
Gavin Newsom.
You think Gavin Newsom? You think California's doing good?
I think Gavin Newsom is better than J.D. Vance any day.
Okay.
This is our style.
Fair enough. All right, everybody have a great day. God bless America and no place else. All right, folks.
God bless America and no place else. It's crazy.
I'm with him on that last point.
He kind
for
of
sure.
he kind of screwed it up by announcing that it was awkward elevator questions. It's worse if you don't announce it.
I'll answer them. Okay, so Catholicism is right about God. What were the other ones? Oh gosh, I guess I'd rather have a lesbian daughter. Not explaining that rationale, at least not until we get into the third hour. And my favorite racial group is white people because I'm white.
There you go. Perfect. That's fantastic. All right. Let's do the cute of the day. We got a couple here. This one is from JNA Love. I don't know if I showed this one before, but I couldn't get over the fact that this looks photoshopped, so I included
Aww.
it. It looks like they photoshopped the head onto the cat somehow.
No, it's real.
And then this one is the same one.
Cats
Mr. Mango.
love boxes.
Yes, all three of our cats love to just find their way into the boxes.
There's supposed to be some like scientific reason for it. I'm sure like Neil deGrasse Tyson has tweeted about it about 100 times.
Yeah.
There's a reason why cats love sitting in boxes and generally like square shaped things.
Mhm.
Even if it's not a box, if it's just like, if you just take tape and put a square on the ground, they will sit in the square. I don't know why. I don't remember the reasoning behind that, but if anyone knows, please share with us in the chat.
Every time we move our boxes into the kitchen before we bring them out after ordering from Amazon, the cats find their way into the boxes. They love that. All right, let's move on. Johnny Depp, ladies and gentlemen, he is back.
Yes, Johnny Depp's comeback is in full swing, it appears. He spent a long time in Me Too jail. He was in limbo with Hollywood. It was a complicated relationship, but they're finally willing to welcome him back into mainstream Hollywood. There was a trailer that just dropped from Paramount for their take on The Christmas Carol, but it's a dark twist starring Ebenezer Scrooge. Johnny Depp is playing him. I think he's the perfect choice for the role, but you wouldn't have expected him to get a role like this just a few years ago when he was, you know, his 2023 movie was Jean du Barry, in which I believe he plays Louis XV. Nobody watched it.
Jean du No One
that's
See.
kind of the next move after you've been Me Too'd or bogged down with controversy and scandal. You get your next job in Europe.
Yeah, that's what Kevin Spacey is still doing.
Kevin Spacey's still in jail right now, but Johnny Depp appears to have come to the surface at last.
Weary Traveler sent us a 20. He answered the elevator questions. Gnostics, lesbian daughter, whites, and Thomas Massey. Well, you don't get to say Thomas Massey because it wasn't one of the options. You're doing you're as that just proves that you have your own pressure point where you won't answer, just like the other people. They just wouldn't do it around religion or race.
Right.
Yep. All right.
Well, I would love to know if we have all common ground on picking lesbian daughter. But let's react to the trailer.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
It's good to be back. To Uncle Scrooge.
To Uncle Scrooge.
Mr. Scrooge.
say to you, sir, Merry Humbug! Merry Christmas!
Humbug!
And a Happy New Year!
Humbug!
Merry Christmas.
I guarantee you that's the last shot of the movie.
You think?
Yeah, I do. I want to first commend them for not becoming overly specific in this and moving him to the left or to the right of the bars, which is what they would normally do. They left him directly in the middle, which is probably the wrong choice, and I like it.
You mean the wrong choice for TikTok?
Visual storytelling. And no, not about his framing. Like, normally they would move him to the left or the right of the bars so that his face is more clearly visible, except for they left him completely split down the middle by the bars, which feels more real. It's kind of like if you were doing product placement and not forcing that label to be awkwardly visible. Right? I appreciate that they didn't frame him differently.
Okay, I didn't care for the CGI baby. That was a little disturbing.
Well, the babies can't work that. Like, didn't you see that article the other day about how the guy doing the cinematography for the Harry Potter TV show is like, oh my God, it's impossible. They can work like 90 minutes a day. This isn't.
Yeah.
We can't get this shit done.
Well, babies also can't support themselves on just their arms like that. Like, that was a little disturbing, but I guess it's supposed to be disturbing. With the exception of that, I thought it was a good trailer, and I'm planning on seeing this when it comes out in November. That'll be the start to the holiday season at the box office. And people are mostly reacting either positively or negatively to that particular moment when Ebenezer turns to the camera and says it's good to be back, because it feels like it's more a message from Johnny Depp than his character. He's talking about how it's, good to be back in the good graces of Hollywood. And it appears that all has been forgiven. This is directed by Ty West, and it's described as a dark reimagining of the Charles Dickens classic, with Depp playing the infamous Christmas grouch Ebenezer Scrooge. And in select moments, he's not confronted with the harsh truths of his past. The ill-tempered man is seen spreading his hate throughout snow-covered streets, throwing snowballs at the heads of passerby. Ebenezer marks Depp's first major Hollywood film since he underwent a lengthy and publicized legal battle against Amber Heard. Heard and Depp both accused each other of domestic abuse during their relationship, and the jury later found them both guilty of defamation. Depp was awarded $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages from Heard, while Heard was awarded $2 million in compensatory damages. I'm sure all of the damages that Amber Heard owed Depp were paid by her sugar daddy / baby daddy, Elon Musk.
Well, we don't know about that for sure.
Still a matter of speculation.
Possible.
But he ostensibly won in the court of public opinion. Depp was cut from his role as the villain Grindelwald in the third Fantastic Beasts film and replaced with Mads Mikkelsen in 2018. Since then, he's appeared in international films like Minamata and Jean du Barry, and he directed the indie title Maudit 3 Days on the Wing of Madness. Now his career has begun to bounce back with Ebenezer and his casting in Lionsgate upcoming action thriller Day Drinker, alongside Madeline Klein and Penelope Cruz. That one is slated to come out in 2027. It's described as an enigmatic stranger forms an unlikely bond with a grieving bartender who lost her lover, their lives intertwining in unexpected ways. That one is directed by Mark Webb. It's hard to tell what that's really about.
We have a 20 from Joseph Bruce, who says, congrats on 1,100, Brett and Mary. What's a movie or show you'd like to see remade? I would like to see them. I have one. I have an answer. So I rewatched the first couple of episodes of Dark Angel, and there is so much hyperfeminism in there that I just adore because it's in the year 2000, and I find it utterly hilarious. If they could go and do it now and make the exact same show, I don't know how you recast something as iconic as Jessica Alba's first major role, but they can try. and they should do that. They should do that. I like that show.
That's a tough question for me because everything I like that's been remade has been an abomination.
Well,
so
I didn't like the show enough where it would bother me if it was bad. So, and it had a notably bad second season. Also, I would require them to build out sets of a wasteland of an America post EMP device that destroys our financial system and ruins the country. They have to build actual sets of detritus and debris everywhere. They can't just do it all against green screen. This will never happen because James Cameron doesn't do TV really. So,
well, here's one I'm not emotionally connected to because it was before my time. But like, I wouldn't mind a new Lizzie McGuire movie.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Wait, same with like the same person or
with Hilary Duff, because Hilary Duff is terrible at acting.
Yeah,
and I think that's just funny to watch. It's in a so bad it's good way. I recently watched her Cinderella story, and she's just so bad at acting. It's funny. The Ebenezer cast also includes Andrea Riseborough, Tremel Tillman, Ian McKellen, Rupert Grint, and Daisy Ridley.
I don't know how any of those people are going to be able to show their faces in Hollywood again if they're going to be willing to get on screen with somebody as toxic as Johnny Depp.
Yeah. I just think it's funny how Rupert Grint would cut ties with J.K. Rowling, but not Johnny Depp. That's
well, you know,
suspicious.
He's got a line, okay, and as long as that line is mean words, then he won't cross it.
And Daisy Ridley, a feminist icon in her own right in the Star Wars universe, she would work with a noxious, abusive misogynist like Johnny Depp. I'm disgusted. I am revolted.
If the check clears.
Yeah, I mean that's the truth, really. I wonder how they're planning to respond to the inevitable moment where a journalist asks them about Johnny Depp's past and they have to give some kind of PR damage control answer.
Give right now, I'm putting you on the spot. What is the PR answer to get out of the journalists, like, you know, clutch?
There were good people on both sides. I don't know. Like, what do you even say?
So my favorite thing. So when I listened to the Stevie Richards podcast, he talks about the political answers he'd give when people would try to put him in compromising positions. He'd be like, "Yeah, it seemed like it worked out well for both of them."
The thing is, for some canceled actors, they were never all that beloved in the first place. I mean, I would say that applies to Armie Hammer, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. He is no Johnny Depp. That is for
so
sure.
I think that the public goodwill towards Johnny Depp never left.
Nope.
It was just the cowardice of people in positions of power in his own industry that led to his brief hiatus.
We have a $100 super chat from Not That Jon Stewart. Thank you so much.
You.
Says watching delayed. Happy 1,100. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you for the crisis party.
Yes.
I'm sure that'll kick in any minute now.
Well,
appreciate it.
Rupert Grint has like 1800s physiognomy here. He works perfectly for this role.
Yeah, definitely. You know, they make those jokes about like a woman whose face is like built for alcohol-fueled domestic abuse. I guess he's on the other side of that coin.
That looked like who is that on the left? That's not Daisy Ridley, is it?
Daisy Ridley, yeah, that's her.
I could have swore that was freaking Brie Larson for a second there.
Well, they all start running together at a certain point. But here were some of the outraged replies in to the trailer. One said, "This is perhaps the most shameless and embarrassing trailer I've seen in a long, long time." Have no idea why they think that. It's a pretty well done trailer as they go these days.
Yeah, it was fun. Like it was, especially for something. I saw some posts saying like this movie is going to be too dark for the boomers. Like they're not going to want to see it because it's going to be too creepy.
Well, they're trying to lean into the horror genre aspects of it.
It feels like this is more for Gen X than boomers. Though,
For
no, I
sure.
guess their point was they said that the story of A Christmas Carol is special to boomers, but not to other generations. I would say that there's probably a segment of Gen X that falls into.
Another one said everyone involved in this is going to hell. I can't take that seriously from people who don't even believe that hell exists. They're actually saying that because their waking life is hell. They choose to live in hell. They choose to be miserable. Another one said, even if he didn't have horrific allegations, he's literally doing the same performance he's done in almost every movie since the Pirates sequels.
Well, I mean, I noticed they left out. He was in Sweeney Todd, right? They left out Sweeney Todd. Maybe it has to do with what studio made those movies. I don't know what studio made his Edward Scissorhands, the movies they referenced as the characters. So,
Well, Mad Hatter, that was Disney.
okay, so they're not all one studio. I'm surprised they didn't mention Sweeney Todd. Seems to fit more into the Edward Scissorhands paradigm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but if you go and see these clips of Johnny Depp appearing at Comic-Con recently to promote this project, the crowd is loving it. Like, they are saying not just like, love you, Mr. Scrooge. Like, they're
He's a
saying
star.
like, we love you, Johnny Depp.
He's a star. He's always been a star.
Yeah. He hasn't stopped being popular throughout this entire time, throughout all of these years.
Let's play this so they can hear the crowd.
Well, the audio sucks pretty bad, but yeah, you can tell.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge!
And a Happy New Year!
Don't ever say that again, he says. Oh, here it
Yeah,
comes.
so the Paramount Studios put up this massive pop-up Christmas village set in the middle of the street. Gave them this grand entrance. Thank you. I wanted to find this quote from an interview that he did in 2021. That was before the conclusion of the defamation trial, of course. But they asked him whether he felt boycotted by Hollywood still after 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And he said at the time, "Did I feel a boycott by Hollywood? Well, you'd have to not have a pulse to feel at that point that none of this is happening. It's just a weird joke, or I've been asleep for 35 years. Of course, when you're asked to resign from a film you're doing because of something that's merely a bunch of vowels and consonants flying in the air, you feel a boycott. Do I feel a boycott now? No, not at all. I don't feel boycotted by Hollywood because I don't think about Hollywood. I don't have much further need for Hollywood myself. I think it's a very strange, funny time where everybody wants to be themselves, but they can't. They must fall in line and conform. And if you want to lead this life, I'll be on the other side." It was clear with his Comic-Con appearance, though, that Depp and Hollywood still need each other.
I saw somebody say that Depp, that they need him more than he needs them. And that is very much true.
Especially with the utter state of the box office lately. Like, they need some real stars on their bill.
Pat the Plumber for $50 says, how many parties for Mary to do the show with a tiny hat on? 7,000? 7,000 would be a lot of parties.
Okay, are we talking about a yarmulke or any tiny hat? Like, is there going to be a specification on what kind of tiny hat we're expecting here?
Yeah.
What was the proposed wager?
He said 7,000 parties.
7,000?
Well, he didn't say he didn't say how many dollars. He said how many parties, and then at the end he said 7,000. That's a lot of parties.
Sure, for 7,000 parties, yeah. I'll go ahead and buy myself my first yarmulke.
So if somebody wants to give us $70,000, that would be that'd be great.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Anyways, we were talking before the show about the character of Ebenezer Scrooge and whether he falls into that category of a complicated, sympathetic villain. I don't think of him that way because he is the protagonist of the story, after all.
He's not an antagonist. In fact, I don't know if there is an antagonist in a story like that per se, other than, you know, his own bad will or his own problems are really the antagonist to the story.
Yeah, he's just a complicated character that undergoes a redemption arc.
Oh, I can't wait for the anti-capitalist message of this movie, though, to be like, oh, you're too busy trying to make a bunch of money rather than loving your family.
Well, I'm sure that Charles Dickens, when he wrote this character, did not intend for it to be a commentary on capitalism. Okay, it was...
Well, greed. It would have been greed, about the generic topic of greed.
Yes. It's more about greed than capitalism itself. And I think there is maybe an opportunity to focus more on Scrooge's hatred for Christmas, where he accuses the Christmas season of being insincere. Because we have this struggle with like cringe culture and a lack of sincerity today, and we're trying to swing back to a place where whimsy and sincerity are no longer seen as cringe. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, he's using this as a defense mechanism in a way to avoid confronting his own pain and unhappiness, but he dismisses the people that are charitable during Christmas as hypocrites because, you know, they ignore the poor the rest of the year. I'm more sincere and real because I'm greedy all year.
He's basically Dr. House was basically Ebenezer Scrooge at the holidays.
Yeah.
They did the episode.
I'm looking forward to this. I do plan to see this when it comes out later this year.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about meta glasses. They're still creepy, and they want you to forget that fact.
Yes. Well, no one here forgets my chance encounter with a glass hole. Someone wearing the meta glasses trying to surreptitiously record me in public. This is an increasingly common phenomenon, and Meta is kind of panicking right now and trying to figure out a way to market these products to women who almost universally find it creepy as hell. And one way they're doing that is by recently announcing they're going to penalize smart glasses content that involves harassing strangers, especially from self-proclaimed pickup artists like the one that I encountered on the street. Instagram is now banning pickup artists and pranksters who use Meta glasses for their content, at least according to a recent post by the Instagram head, Adam Mosseri. He said this type of video content will now be banned on the platform, on both Facebook and Instagram. If you're posting content that is taking advantage of people and harassing them, like a lot of these pickup line kind of videos that we've heard of and seen, then we're going to take the content down. We don't want people to be surreptitiously taking videos of other people and harassing them and then posting them on our platform. So we're trying to fight that every way we can. Except for the one way that you're not willing to fight that, which is not selling the product in the first place.
Yeah.
It's really hard to come up with any reasonable explanation for why someone would purchase a hidden camera to wear on their person other than to record people without their knowledge or consent.
I told you, private investigators. That's the only people who have the reason.
I mean, I'm sure PIs and people working for the government have had some version of this and more sophisticated versions of Meta glasses for decades now. But I don't trust any random clout-chasing civilian with it. And no one else should either. But they're talking about the proliferation of these sort of prank videos on service workers, like cashiers, while wearing meta glasses, and these pranks verge on harassment or just plain obnoxious behavior. One content creator put fart spray into a candle at Walmart and then asked employees to smell it while recording them with meta glasses.
Oh, what a dick.
Another noxious genre is from pickup artists who use the glasses to film themselves approaching women at gyms or on the street. While these interactions are sometimes positive, there is an awkward moment when the women don't realize they're being recorded at first or at all. It's unclear how many videos have been removed under this new policy, and they refuse to really elaborate what kind of content explicitly constitutes a violation. But another way that they are attempting to normalize perv glasses to women is by deputizing a bunch of fashion influencer girlies to wear these stylish versions that are designed by Kylie Jenner.
I love that
In this screenshot.
I love that it says that they'll be used to survey people.
Yeah. Without their consent or knowledge, and will especially be used by predators and PDF files. That is true.
They're not going to surveil you. They're going to ask you questions so they can put together a report. They're going to survey you.
A lot of anti-big tech and anti-AI fashion influencers are suddenly selling out to meta glasses. And that is true. The one in that screenshot is named Camille Cherrier, or I don't know how to pronounce her name. But recently, she just a week ago did an interview where she shared, as someone who is vampirically hooked on connection, I can't stop thinking about our collective addiction to oversharing. Whether it's a daily outfit or a salad we had for lunch, all of it has become fodder to feed the machines. Like, no one can take you seriously with your this like sentiment about like living analog and like being in the real world and not recording and posting everything when you're taking a paycheck to promote this product that is designed for that purpose.
Yeah.
Like, what a perfect time to get paid to promote these things. Anyway, she was wearing the Kylie Jenner collab designs for meta glasses that they announced just a month ago, with this photo shoot of Kylie wearing her specially designed versions of the meta glasses that are meant to be a little more incognito and fashion forward. But ironically, people pointed out that Kylie has called for people to value her privacy, and she clearly doesn't think it's a two-way street. So let's play this video from Instagram about Kylie Jenner's privacy.
Here we go.
Here, it's hard for me to leave the house.
Why do you think that is?
Honestly, paparazzi.
Our new line of meta glasses, we partnered with Kylie.
Helicopters circling above your house to try to get pop shots of you.
I would never try to give them a photo.
Several women were covertly filmed without their consent by men using smart glasses.
We love a tech moment. They wanted to just make more money off a scandalous photo.
His whole thing was that he recorded women, and usually drunk women that are unaware.
Men are following me and I'm 16 years old. Shouldn't that be illegal?
It's already difficult enough to film in public. I don't want to have a blinking light on my face. It's like a freaking homing beacon. There is an easy solution to this. Let me show you exactly how to fix it.
It used to be so insane. I don't even know how I'm like a normal person right now.
I didn't consent to being secretly recorded.
A bunch of touches that Kylie put into them herself.
I'm recording.
These women say they didn't know they were being filmed.
That must have been so scary.
It was scary at times.
If you want to record in public without having a massive blinking light on your face, this is the way to do it. This way, you can record people completely discreetly, not only without their consent, but also without their knowledge.
Yeah,
No way. No way that guy said that like with a straight face, like it was a good thing. Like, not only can you film them without their consent, I guess, I mean, it's pulled at a clip. He could be talking about that in a negative light. He probably is. The guy probably is. Yeah. Like, I refuse to believe that he was that blasé about like, and the best part about it is you can film them without, you know, like I don't buy that. I'm sure he was actually being negative about it, but here we go.
She's such a fashion icon that it was just really fun getting a chance to work with her on this.
We love a tech moment.
Okay.
We love a tech moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll notice that one of the guys in that clip is talking about ways to hide the recording LED on your smart glasses that lights up when you start recording a video or take a photo. And it's this small white circle that lights up around the camera. You can right now go on Amazon and find countless options for how to cover up that LED so that you can be incognito while recording people, even more so than you already were. And these decals you can put over the light. It costs like, I saw one for like $10 that I just randomly was curious, like, is it really that hard to cover the camera?
Surfing Bird in the chat says the glasses have a warning light when filming. How do peeps not notice? It is not covert. Well, that's what we're talking about right now. They've got ways of covering it up.
So there's that, but also when you're probably standing with the sunglasses in direct sunlight, it's not easy to tell that the LED has turned on. So you either get one of the decals or you rely on the fact that most people are still unaware that this technology is on the streets. I mean, 7 million people bought Meta glasses last year. And I'm sure more this year, especially now that they're using all of these influencers and famous faces to popularize it and normalize this idea to people. They've still denied that facial recognition is one of its capabilities, but they're toying with the idea. So here's one of the many ways that they try to cloak this in an altruistic light. They're trying to solve our problems. So imagine this. You're talking to someone at a party and you can't remember this person's name, or maybe you forgot meeting them entirely. And they say this social agony is what Meta says it aims to solve with facial recognition in its AI-powered smart glasses. It hasn't yet launched facial recognition, but they're very interested in doing so. Wired reported that a recent software update for their glasses included code that wasn't actually working yet for a feature called Name Tag that could help you identify people that you've met before. But is the cocktail party problem, as Meta CTO Andrew Bosworth called it in a recent interview, a big enough problem that we should be willing to make the privacy trade-offs of a world where facial recognition glasses at parties are normalized? He said, we haven't yet made a decision on the so-called name tag feature, and it's not available in glasses that people can buy today. Should we decide to make something like this available, it will be our responsibility to do so with a thoughtful approach that protects people's privacy. Although, as they point out, it feels hard to square the idea of facial recognition in glasses with personal privacy. And they also, of course, as these AI executives always do, use the disability card to slide this shit under the radar. They're claiming that they are using these smart glasses to benefit people who are blind or have suffered brain injuries leading to memory loss. And it's like, if you oppose facial recognition glasses, then you just must hate disabled people.
You're ableist.
You just don't, if you don't like AI encroaching upon our lives and our privacy, well, you clearly don't care about disabled people, because imagine all the ways this could help them.
So I historically am very bad with names and faces. It is one of my shortcomings. Every year I'd go to skate contests and I'd see people that I met many times and I would never remember their name. And that's just the way of the world. And it should not be something that technology solves. It's something that you as a human being should solve yourself by trying harder.
It's so easy to just say to someone, I'm sorry, can you remind me of your name? Yeah. And resume your conversation as normal. I have never once been asked by someone like, what is your name again?
The funnier version now is
personally offended.
They like they touch their glass, they go initiate facial recognition. Or sorry, initiate facial recognition. Because they don't want the person to hear them saying initiate facial recognition.
And they're like kind of doing this philanthropy grift where they're claiming these Meta glasses are going to be provided for free to blind military veterans who request them. I don't give a fuck. This is that thing you don't really understand. Like, I don't care that you're cloaking this in this like charitable, you know, it's all a ruse because they want our data and they want to create a surveillance panopticon. And it's not just Meta doing this. Google has also entered, they were the first to launch what we now know as intelligent eyewear. It flopped at first, hence the, coining of the term glass hole. And they realized it was a bad idea. But then Meta entered the fray many years later and created what we now know on the market as the Ray-Ban Meta glasses.
There's a
but
20
Google
here.
is now a 20.
Yes, from Shane H. Wilder. He says, I can't think of any good use for Meta glasses. They are essentially just a tool for voyeurism. Some say you can use for POV shots, but you could also just use a camera like filmmakers have always done. DSLRs aren't that heavy.
Yeah, there's really no reasonable excuse for this, which is why they're desperately coming up with explanations. But Google has just partnered with a brand called Gentle Monster. This is a trendy fashion brand for Zoomers, and they have employed these top models right now, Alex Kansani and Anok Yai, to model their designs and, again, push this on the younger generation, which for the most part has very negative attitudes towards AI and wearable tech in general. And one of these replies said, I don't care how many attractive, famous, skinny ladies you put the perv spyware glasses on. They're always going to be the ugliest, most unsexy thing ever, forever and always.
They are ugly. I mean, they are like, they take the concept of glasses like these, which are, just like the horn rim glasses, and make it like 100 times worse because they're not proportional to the size of anybody's face.
Yeah. And heaven forbid you have glasses like yours that people are going to start assuming that you're recording them.
Somebody asked me once when me and Olivia were at Walmart, and a guy walked by me, and then he doubled back and he came up to me and he goes, are those glasses that record? I said, no, they're not.
Yeah, you would never. You're a good citizen. And there's very little I agree with Lorde on, but this is probably the one moment where I can actually give her kudos. She went on a rant about the Meta glasses at a music festival just a couple of weeks ago, and people in the crowd were cheering their heads off because she was like, these things are not cute.
Here we go.
Let's play that clip.
Here we go. Sorry. Here we go.
You don't know if someone's wearing sunglasses or if they're wearing those fucked up fucking... Can I just say, for the record, fuck the glasses. Don't get the glasses, not sexy. So real, oh my gosh. This is sick.
There's like a person literally crying. Like,
yeah.
This is so real. Oh my God.
She's right. They're not sexy.
Okay, hold on.
See, this is real.
All right, we had I think we missed this 20. I missed a couple of 20. I might have missed a couple here. Let me see if I can go back up to I got Pat the plumber. And then I see another
one from about the rage baiting cashier. What?
Yeah, read
YouTube
that one.
served
And then
me
pop
up a
culture
video.
And then Pop Culture Junkie says we missed one as well.
Pat the plumber said YouTube served me up a video titled Rage Baiting a Cashier. This is why we need the dislike button back, because I want nothing to do with some a-hole harassing a cashier. I'm sure they were doing so with the assistance of the Meta glasses. Yeah, I agree. We want the dislike back. Pop Culture Junkie said job choice, cleaning public toilets without a brush or being the PR minder for the cast of the Ebenezer Junket. I would take the no brush job.
I mean, the thing is like, if to make it in that industry, you probably have to believe that you can do anything at any time and that there's nothing that you can't fix. So they probably enjoy the challenge. At least the people in charge do.
I don't know. Like, what is the move for those people?
Like, it's like an instant resume builder if it goes well.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see how they handle it when the time comes.
Yep.
That'll be in the next coming months.
All right, let's move on. We've got more stuff to get into.
Yes, another discourse bomb has been set off on X. Don't know if my timeline is just serving me up the worst rage bait possible, but this time it was surrounding a fitness influencer named Colleen Conlon, who, for some inexplicable reason, decided it would be a good idea to post a video of herself taking her makeup off at the end of the day with the caption, "If you forgot what a normal 33-year-old woman looks like, ... And this has sparked a massive debate about whether this is a normal amount of aging to take place in your 30s.
Okay, here we go.
Makeup.
I'm muting the song.
So she's doing her get unready with me routine in this video. No Botox, no fillers, no Ozempic. She's listing off her health protocols. This is 33.
It's just an
and
ode.
it's normal. It's normal.
Ode to narcissism.
So I must say, I did physically cringe when I saw her aggressively rubbing her face and eye area with a washcloth. I mean, this is just like anti-aging skincare 101. It's like you don't put immense physical stress on your skin, especially in the eye area where it's thinner than the rest of your face. But like, all of that aside, it was just really hard to suppress the cringe in that moment.
I don't, it's not as bad as Get Ready With Me videos where they put the makeup on, but it's pretty close.
I just, like, personally, I would not be that aggressive with a washcloth. But here was her caption. I went over to Instagram to see if there was more context. She said, "This is not a post against Botox, fillers, or Ozempic. Your body, your choice."
Yeah,
and that's a little bit of a cop-out already, because you're clearly trying to say you're better than the people who go to these other methods. But she said, "I do think social media has distorted what normal aging looks like for women. So here's another example. I'm 33 years old, and this is what my face looks like after years of strength training, balanced macros, hydration, prioritizing sleep, working on my mental health, and learning how to take care of my body instead of constantly trying to fight it. No filter, no editing, no anti-aging agenda, just a normal woman aging. And if you're seeing me on your feed for the first time, wait until you see what those habits did for my body." So she's just trying to sell her ebook on a random Tuesday, and this somehow crosses platforms over to X, and people freak the F out, as they normally do. And most of the replies are people saying that this is not normal to look this way at 33, and that she looks 10 to 20 years older than 33. I don't know. What would you say, Brett? As someone who routinely gets mistaken for a man in his 20s at 40. What's your take?
She looks... I'm biased because the video was annoying. When I first saw her like the still image you sent me, I thought she looked older. I thought she looked maybe closer to my age.
So now you would change your take on that, or
no? I think I think in that still image she looked my age. That's okay. My supposition is that she's it didn't do her any good because the video itself was annoying. When she started smiling while she was doing it, I wanted to throw up.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to divorce it from the fact that this was posted.
Cringe ages you.
It does. Yeah. I think there are some things about the way she presents herself that age her as well, like the hairstyle, the makeup, the way that she does her makeup, the heavy jewelry.
And it's different for guys too, because like if I shave, I'm sure I look exactly my age or maybe even a little bit older. I don't know. Like I always have facial hair, so it's a little bit different.
The thing is, like, if I met this woman in real life and found out that she was 33, it's not like I would be floored. Like, I wouldn't be shocked at that information.
Well, this is like, it's like there's a whole bunch of Instagram skits where it's like how people expect you to act when they ask you to guess their age and they tell you the answer. I'm shocked. Oh my God. Like, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, I think overall we would all do better.
What version can I do? Who is a male actor who's 40 that I can be like, oh, Robert Pattinson is skewing the age demographic for what people think a 40-year-old actor is. I don't know how old Robert Pattinson is. You know, guys, this is just, luckily guys will never have to deal with this problem, but also it's a problem of her own making. She's like, I love it when women do this thing where they list all the things. They're like, you got to drink enough water, you got to count your macros, you got to make sure that you're working on your mental health, you got to clean your apartment. It's like, so you're like a human being living your life and existing. Great.
Okay. There are some harsh truths that people are not ready to accept, especially the Maha crowd. Okay. They're not willing to admit that so much of this literally comes down to whether or not you are fortunate in the genetic lottery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure, like, with exceptions on the extreme end where you've been like chain smoking and binge drinking and tanning beds for your entire life, most of it comes down to your genetics. Like, some people just have an easier go of it, regardless of their lifestyle habits.
Yeah.
So there's that. That's a harsh reality that you have very little control over how you age.
Keanu Reeves is not a vampire. When Keanu Reeves shaves, he looks exactly his age.
And also, here's another thing. The Maha crowd is not willing to, especially like the women in Maha, they're not willing to give actual advice that relates to anti-aging because it's giving me intrasexual competition vibes.
So you have to have beef tallow forever?
Yeah, you can just like cover yourself in beef tallow and like don't eat seed oils and then you'll look 25 for the rest of your life.
Like, that's not reality. That's not how it works, okay? Here is the truth. Do not go in the sun. Do not binge drink. That's kind of most of the work done for you.
I admit that I don't adhere to the sun one.
That's it.
I go in the sun a lot.
Like, I'm not saying that the sun is bad for you, that sun exposure is bad for you. I'm just saying it's going to age you. That is the number one thing that is going to age you if you are in the sun a lot, or even moderately. I wear sunscreen every day. I don't even go outside that much. I still wear sunscreen every day. I obnoxiously carry a parasol in public, and people look at me like I'm crazy. I don't care, because sun exposure is the number one thing that's going to age you. So
Colonel Kurtz would agree with you. Colonel Kurtz would agree with you.
It's the truth. It is just the truth. And the Maha crowd is still claiming that you need to be like in the sun for 12 hours a day, and that ironically is going to reverse age you. That is not true.
Margot Robbie is, or Lindsay Lohan is my age, so there you go.
Thank you. Well, I mean, if we're discussing Lindsay Lohan has gotten a facelift or two, maybe even three.
Here's some actors born in 1986. Robert Pattinson, Megan Fox, Amber Heard, Shia LaBeouf, Lady Gaga, Josh Peck, Lindsay Lohan, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, Drake, Lea Michele, Penn Badgley, Katie Cassidy, Emmy Rossum, Kat Denning, Amanda Bynes. Yeah, a lot.
I feel like Amanda Bynes, if she like kind of cleaned up a little bit, she'd probably look the youngest out of that entire list.
No, I think that would, yeah, maybe. Like, who is it? Like, Katie Cassidy always looked a little bit older than she is, but not in like a bad way. Like, she very much looked like they had her playing a lawyer in Arrow, and I'm like,
Well, I just say that about Amanda Bynes because she kind of dropped off the face of the planet before everyone started effing up their faces.
Alexandra Daddario is my age. Same with Emily Van Camp, Scott Eastwood. Lots of them here.
Yeah. I mean, Lindsay Lohan is not even on the same plane of existence. Like, she's one of those celebrities that was accused of injecting cadaver fat into her face. I mean, these people are getting not just top of the line skincare, but also every procedure that you can imagine. I bet there's no one on that list who hasn't gotten at least injectables in their face.
Yeah,
so they're not really part of the conversation. Another thing that people overlook when it comes to this conversation about aging is that people actually don't pay that much attention to what your face looks like up close.
It's narcissistic to think that people are even looking that closely at you.
Well, I mean, what people notice about you, if it's any consolation, is the way that you present yourself as a whole, not just what your face looks like from an inch away. They are paying attention to the way that you dress, the way that you carry yourself, your tone of voice, the way that you accessorize, the way that you smell. Like there are so many aspects to how people perceive you beyond just what you look like in a mirror. And I think as you get older, you need to come to grips with that reality. And it's actually freeing because, you know, it means that maybe there is more of it in your control than you otherwise thought. I remember, like, I was sort of an early bloomer in middle school. Like, I got acne before anyone else in my class. And I was super self-conscious about it, as you naturally would be at that age. And, you know, I think I was complaining about it to my mom at one point, and I remember this part of the conversation for a reason, where she just said, like, you know, if any boy, or I guess when you're a grown up, any man is lucky enough to get close enough to your face to see your pores, they're going to be the last thing on his mind. Okay, that is not what people pay attention to when they meet you for the first time.
People mostly just notice when my eyes are two different colors. That's the only thing that they notice. Otherwise,
well, I didn't notice it until you told me, actually.
Yeah, that's you. Well, I mean, but like most of the time when we were in the studio, we sat like from here to there, you know, far, you know, so it's not as noticeable. But that's about the only thing. Otherwise, you know, it's whatever. It's just maybe it's just because so many people kind of have that camera facing back at them all the time now that they think about it as much as they do. But
yeah, what is this obsession with being like, everything is normal, I'm normal? No one believes you because you're insisting upon it too much.
Oh, Ross Moore in the chat is correct. He says, and Brett's eyes are real close together. That's something that I did not realize about myself until after they pointed it out on the show. So I've always been very grateful for the fact that they can keep you humble on in the chat. That made me laugh the first time. I'm like, oh, that's true. And when my face was wider, it was even more noticeable.
I didn't know that I had big eyes until I was on this show.
There you go.
Yeah. Just kidding. Yeah. It was actually like one of the main things that I used to be insecure about before I had some time to mature. But look, fine. This is what a normal 33-year-old woman looks like.
Sure.
Just one of them.
It's
just one of them. It's just you. You're just one person. You only need to be the best version of one person, which is you. So that's fine. That's normal for you.
All right. Let's go to the super chats then. We got time.
All right. Do we have any 20s?
Yeah, we just had one come through from the Greek Heel. Says, I don't get how some celebrities get facial reconstructive surgery and turn out looking worse, like they're wearing some kind of purge mask. Your mom was right about the pores, Mary.
Yeah, it's obviously something that stuck with me for a reason.
I'm going to read, we had some member chats that I want to read real quick because those don't show up on your spreadsheet. So Dingus Khan of Gongolia, member for 5 months, thank you so much, says, congrats on 1,100, Brett and Mary. I unfortunately, due to work today, can't watch live, but I never miss an episode. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in.
Brian Bledsoe, member for 5 months, thank you, says, happy episode 1,100. 1 year since Hulk Hogan passed. If we had our dates like the Redcoats across the pond, it would be Hogan 24/7.
Wow, I guess I didn't have a great sense of time because it doesn't feel like that happened a year ago.
Ozzy Osbourne too. Like Olivia pointed that out to me the other day. I'm like, oh my gosh, it has been that long.
You're not on screen, by the way.
Oh, sorry about that. Yes. Like she's like, because she pointed out, she goes, it's been a year since Ozzy Osbourne died.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
well, but there was a third. Who was talking about how it's,
Michelle
like, in threes.
Trachtenberg might have been that one. Or
That was
might have
that was less than a year ago though.
Malcolm Jamal Warner was one of them. There have been a bunch.
Maybe
of
it was
them.
that one.
There have been
at
several.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shane H. Wilder said it's still shorter than the episode 1000 special. I don't.
It's in relation to the short that Shane H. Wilder
Oh,
said.
I thought you meant our episode.
No.
I was like, well, yeah, I would hope it's not 3 hours long. Kyle Dixon said, congratulations on 1100. Oh, this one was the chat about Oprah. We got $11 with no message from Marcos.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Burned Oils said, Mary, ever since your last mishaps, you've been very professional, and I'm proud of you for that. It prob made Brett stop fantasizing about replacing you with Sydney.
First of all, what were the mishaps that are being talked about here, and who is Sydney?
I have no idea what you're referring to.
Sydney Sweeney, Sydney Poitier, Sydney Prescott, Sydney Watson, Sydney. Are there any other Sydneys? Are there? Who's another Sydney? Off the top of your head, Sydney.
There aren't that many of them in Hollywood, so
I can't think of that many Sydneys.
Yeah.
Famous Sydneys.
Brian Bledsoe said, by the time you read this, I wonder how close we are to 11 parties for Brett to be in a Bob Dylan shirt.
Well,
7 more to go, folks. We're a long ways away, but I believe that we can make it happen. And no, I'm not going to dog sit for any amount of money today. Shane H. Wilder said, Mary made a coat hanger joke. I'm not mad. I'm impressed. I mean, when the moment calls for it, if it's appropriate, then yeah, I'll make a vulgar joke every once in a while.
There are so few famous people named Sydney that when you Google it, it tries to give you famous people from Sydney, Australia.
Oh,
Yep.
That's kind of wild. It's like not that rare of a name, but I can't think of any other actresses.
Sydney.
Shane H. Wilder said, Mary has the bit about shopping carts, and now you have the hatred of Bob Dylan bit. It's a part of you now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I still see shopping cart comments to this day.
Yeah, and I
really stuck with people.
I don't hate Bob Dylan nearly. Like I can't even say that I hate him. I don't think about Bob Dylan. It just literally became a gimmick because his music is unbelievably boring to me. We have a $50 super chat here from
you.
What is it? Lick a lot tuna is the name. Make of that what you will. Congratulations on the big 1,100. Know the Odyssey is taking up all the oxygen in regards to movie talks, but is anyone else excited to see Motor City starring Alan Ritchson? Well, no conservatives would be excited about that because he called Trump a rapist on like some podcast today. So conservatives really don't like that guy.
I'm sorry, I just tuned out after the username because what are we doing?
I do wish I could be as jacked as Alan Ritchson, but I don't have steroids, so I can't do that.
I blissfully forgot that Alan Ritchson existed for a while.
Well, we've got Reacher season 3 coming up. I heard War Machine or whatever it was good, but nothing could make me get a Netflix subscription ever, except for when they do. I'll watch what's it called with Chris Hemsworth? Extraction. I watched Extraction 2, less good than Extraction 1, but still fine. But I'll get Netflix for a month when Extraction 3 comes out.
Brian Bledsoe said, "Don't forget Depp was Tonto in The Lone Ranger 2."
Yep, with Armie Hammer.
I never watched it. Maybe Armie Hammer could give Johnny Depp a call if he's looking for a bailout.
Well, they were like canceled at the same time.
Oh,
did anybody see this poster for the Matchbox the movie?
So this is produced by Mattel, right?
They've got the logo right there, so I'm assuming it has to be. It's an Apple TV original film by Skydance. John Cena, Jessica Biel, Sam Richardson, Arturo Castro, and Teyana Paris.
Just like, why?
Mattel owns Hot Wheels, but they chose to make a movie about Matchbox. Well, yeah, you do the Matchbox movie first, and then you do the Hot Wheels movie second, and then you do the spin-off, versus movie third. Duh!
I think they just should have maybe started with the Matchbox versus Hot Wheels thing. Right? Wouldn't that be better to like start with that gimmick?
I wonder which character John Cena is going to play. Is he going to be car number 1 or car number 2?
What's the plan? Are there going to be humans in the cars?
It says trailer releases tomorrow. So on Monday, maybe we'll react to the trailer.
Hollywood is just so stupid.
They were like, Barbie worked. Let's make a movie about Matchbox cars.
I mean, I get like, no, actually, I'm sorry, but the Polly Pocket movie idea is also stupid.
I mean, unless you're going to make some stupid avant-garde A24 bullshit. But if you do a Polly Pocket movie, you have to also make a Mighty Max movie. Gender parody.
I liked Barbies. I liked Bratz. I liked Polly Pockets. I played with all of them. But nobody gave a shit about Polly Pocket. I mean, the only reason I had Polly Pockets is because I would like to chew on those clothes that they had. The rubber clothes that they came with. But other than that, nobody cared about Polly Pocket. Like, she was not relevant. She was not in the crew. A Bratz movie might work. They already tried that years ago.
In the chat, somebody said the Mattel really owns both, meaning Hot Wheels and Matchbox. Yeah, it was artificial, fake ass competition. No matter who you support, it's the illusion of choice. It's like when Vince McMahon bought WCW and tried to do the invasion angle and keep WCW as a separate thing.
Wait. So Matchbox cars are supposed to be like normal cars and Hot Wheels are sports cars, right?
Bro, I don't know. No idea.
This is just dumb. Oh, you know what I would watch though? Littlest Pet Shop movie. Does that exist yet?
I have no idea.
Does Mattel even own that one?
I'm looking up what companies Mattel owns.
Oh no, Littlest Pet Shop is owned by Hasbro.
American Girl Dolls, Fisher-Price, Mega Bloks, Mattel Films, and then they include toy lines like Barbie, Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Uno, Thomas & Friends, Polly Pocket, Monster High, and Masters of the Universe.
I think there already might be an animated Monster High movie.
There is a 20 here.
Oh, that would be okay.
There's a 20 here from Drummer. Says, how many crisis parties for Mary to dress/cosplay as Wednesday? Also, congrats on 1,100 episodes. You guys are awesome. I thought she already did that. They already think that you're a Wednesday Addams.
You know what's most bizarre? I first received that comparison when I had pink hair.
That's weird.
Like many years ago. But how many crisis parties should that be?
Would that require you? Would that require you to get a costume accurate? Like you'd have to go to Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, how much effort are we talking right now?
You guys specify that, and then we'll come up with a number.
Let's say, you know what? 15. Okay, if we get to 15 today,
and then you have to do the stupid dance. Then you have to do the stupid dance from the show.
Well, the weird thing is, I look way more like that side character in Wednesday that they chose. I forget her name. Never followed up on that show after the first season, but maybe I will. Shane H. Wilder said Catholic Church, correct. Lesbian daughter, also correct. White, correct. JD Vance, I'm honestly not so sure about that one.
I mean, if California is representative of Gavin Newsom's leadership qualities, then I don't know.
I think there would be downsides to both.
Yeah.
But I don't personally care for JD Vance. I don't like him as a person.
We need John Fetterman to win the election, guys. If we're really going to save this country, if we're going to turn this ship around, we need John Fetterman to win.
Who else is even in the running? I guess we'll find out next year.
I mean, they're not like, unfortunately, most people believe that Josh Shapiro would have been a good choice, but they can't run him
Why?
Because he's Jewish, and the Democrats just, they won't.
Really?
Yeah, it depends.
I'm sure there are plenty of Jews in the Democrat establishment.
I mean, that's not the problem, though. They're splitting the vote with, there's more DSA candidates than ever getting traction. Mamdani saying, I'm going to arrest Bibi Netanyahu if he comes to New York.
That was always retarded. It was never going to happen.
There's I don't like honestly, I really do believe that as long as they pick a dude, they'll win.
But both parties are going to pick a dude.
I just don't know who the Republicans have that, redistricting notwithstanding.
Look, you know what? It's about the small victories. As long as we don't get a female president, I'm basically okay with that.
We have a $300 super chat here from Drummer. Thank you so much. Says, okay, I'm doing my part.
To get to 15,
guess that's...
We'll see if the cosplay happens.
Yep.
Thank you for 3 crisis parties. I don't know if we're gonna break the party system with that.
It probably will. It'll end up making my life difficult, and that's okay.
That's okay. Joseph Bruce said, congrats on... Oh, that one was 20 from earlier. The next one was from Shane H. Wilder. Grint's got to pay for upkeep on his ice cream truck.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah. I forgot about Rupert Grint's side hustle. That's, I don't know why that pisses me off. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly why it pisses you off, because it's LOL so random millennialness.
In like a Bill Murray way?
No, yeah, I guess. I mean, that's more likely to piss me off than anything else. But I never took Rupert Grint as trying to sell himself as that, more just because he wasn't popular enough for that to be like his thing. It just became like the only story people remember, whereas Bill Murray, it feels very planned. And, you know, kind of like earlier where like Olivia Rodrigo is dating a finance guy. Suddenly all these articles are coming out. That's how I feel about Bill Murray's publicist. Like, look at this video of him serving drinks at a bar. He's so random, guys. Like Bill Murray is iconic enough on his own. He doesn't need to do that.
Do you remember when we were covering like a series of articles about like anonymous Me Too allegations that Bill Murray got?
Yes.
Like one of them was he was like grabbing a production assistant by the pigtails or something. I mean, that just sounded like he's senile and needs to be institutionalized.
Yes. Did he go honk when he did it? Did he go honk, honk?
And this is also during COVID, so he was wearing a COVID mask, and like one of the PAs was also wearing a mask.
Well,
and then
I mean,
started like fake making out with her with the masks in between their lips.
Well, he's a creep. He doesn't want to get you sick.
And I was like, you know, that's actually a pretty amazing, like, comedic commentary on COVID restrictions if you think about it really hard. But yeah, he's just a senile old man. The Manic Mustache said, late as usual, but apropos to puppy maxing. Is it a red flag if a lady's favorite TMNT is Raphael? Which turtle are you, Brett? Congrats on 1100. Stay toxic, my friends.
I'm not wacky enough to be Michelangelo. I'm not enough of a leader to be Leonardo. I'm not angsty or annoying enough to be Raphael while being fake deep. And I'm not technologically proficient enough to be Donatello. But I imagine that if I was one of them, I would be Donatello without the tech knowledge. That's who I would be.
What is Donatello's personality like?
He's kind of like, he's just kind of there, and that's kind of my point.
What do you mean?
He's kind of exists.
He doesn't have a personality?
Like not that I can really think of. I mean, people who are more in line with the franchise as it currently is would know better. But I'm definitely not angsty or like rude enough to be Raphael. I'm not wild and crazy enough to be Michelangelo, dude.
Okay, they described Donatello as curious, independent, and he has a fear of incompetence. In the 2003 series, he's portrayed as highly pacifistic, gentle, and reserved.
Perfect. I'm Donatello. That's me, guys. Sure.
He serves as the emotional balance of the group.
Oh, that's me, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect.
And also he's described as socially awkward and deeply loyal.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let's go with that. That's a perfect description of me. Just all that without the good stuff, which is the guy who can fix your internet.
Drewish AF of Christendom said, my buddy just lost his wife this week, and last week I lost a friend of over 30 years. Just asking for prayers for everyone. Parentheses, Dalton and Sarah. Are those the names?
Yeah. Prayers
okay.
up. That's very sad.
Yeah. Well, everyone in the chat, keep them in your prayers.
Mm-hmm.
We will do so. Pop culture junkie. I believe we did get to that 20, right?
What does it say?
I think he was just saying that we missed a 20.
Yeah. I got
it. Okay. The Greek heel said, crazy, technocratic, dystopian, but fully appropriate use of the word panopticon, Mary. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that. Katie.
Oh, go ahead.
What?
No, go ahead.
Well, no, you can't just say never mind.
Oh, there was literally a person of interest episode called Panopticon about when Samaritan goes live, and they have to be watched everywhere they went. So,
Katie said, I remember after seeing my dad's memorial stone for the first time, I stood in front of an anti-aging building laughing because it won't save you from death. It reminds me of the Brian Johnson stuff.
Yeah.
Because obviously his thing isn't really cosmetic. It's more about longevity.
Wanting to live forever.
He's rage baiting people right now with this claim that he has successfully cloned himself. I don't believe that's actually true. I'll believe it when I see it. But yeah, he's talking about organ harvesting. And, you might think it's crazy and unethical now, but you'll be surprised how quickly this will be just considered a normal part of healthcare. And it's like, no, I will never think of that as normal or acceptable. Nope. I will never partake in any of that. The Neuralink stuff came up on an episode of IRL a while back, and I was just saying, like, I would never get Neuralink. Mm-hmm. For any reason, whether it's for convenience or if I were like disabled and this is supposedly my way to like have control back, like I just wouldn't do it. And I know that. And Tim was like, yeah, you would. And I was like,
no, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't, but like, I realized after the fact, I was like, well, I mean, what if I would then? Like, what if I'm a hypocrite? That doesn't really amount to an argument against my criticisms of Neuralink, does it? Like, yeah. I would just be a hypocrite with a good point, Yeah. Hyper Baroque said, the ozone layer thinned out and never recovered. Is this related to the aging stuff?
I have no idea. Does this have something to do with hairspray? Isn't that what killed the ozone layer?
I don't know. By the way, I guess we're going to have to wait maybe until I'm 33 to find out if my
you can make
fear of sunlight has paid off. But it's too early to tell. I stopped producing collagen a few years ago, so
Like
I'm gonna have to wait and see how that treats me.
Like I don't ever put sunscreen on. I don't think I've ever put sunscreen on in my life.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is actually crazy.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine not, like, I cook. I can actually feel when the sun starts cooking my skin.
Like I blister for like the first of the year, like the first, but after that, it's fine. And I skate all day outside, so.
Couldn't be my pasty Irish self. That will never be my life.
Well, that's the beauty of being Slavic. It's you get a halfway decent tan if you stay outside.
Hyper Baroque said, "Teach children we love you, mommy, the catechism."
I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what that means either. Burned Oils said, "LOL." Okay, I'm moving on from that. Shane H. Wilder said, "Be who you are and be that perfectly well." St. Francis de Sales, Introduction to the Devout Life. Poignant words. Weary Traveler said, "Brett's eyes being so close is why he's good at light skin face."
What does that even mean?
Well, I mean, if we're talking about light skin face, like the face that Jonathan Majors always makes.
Oh, like the
maybe
like smolder.
It helps with the smolder where you're like.
Well, for me, it's like you got to get that like gap in the cheeks there a little bit.
The sucking in the cheek.
Yeah. It indents a little bit.
Boss N said, "Good show. Let's hope Mary gets those 7,000 parties. As always, Brett rocks and Mary is a dime piece. Mary makes no mishaps. By the way, also have a good weekend." That was a lot to take in. Thank you. Have a good weekend. It's correct. I've never had a mishap, never once in my entire life. Pop Culture Junkie said, "Mary, having known models in their 30s who looked younger than their age, your skincare regimen tracks with theirs. One addition, get enough sleep." I do fall short in that department. That is true.
What, the get enough sleep part?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Getting 8 hours of sleep every night, that's like... It feels impossible.
So for me, it's less about how many hours you get and how consistent it is. So
yeah.
if I go to bed and I fall asleep and I get 8 hours of sleep, but I wake up every 2 to 3 hours because cats are being annoying or something happens, like it's might as well get no sleep. But if I get 6 hours of solid sleep without waking up, that's perfectly fine for me.
I just feel like people don't give enough credit to just their genetics and all of this stuff. They want to believe that they earned their results.
Wait, what do you mean? Like what?
Like if somebody looks younger than their age in their 30s, they want to say that it's because they made good choices, not because they were, lucky in a lot of ways.
I never even thought about it that way because I never thought about it as a choice you made. Like I said, I cook in the sun and don't even think about it. So it's like...
Well, that means
when I
met you, I thought at first that you were like in your late 20s.
Yeah.
Which means you probably have genetics on your side.
My dad is like 80 and still has all his hair and despite
There's another thing.
And he's still like my dad at 80 years old after fighting cancer is like on the softball team and bikes multiple miles a day. So it's, it's partially that, I think, is just staying active.
Well, I'm lucky to have a lot of buccal fat, for one. Also to have naturally oily skin, which I used to hate, but it will serve me in the end.
Wait, what does that mean? How does having oily skin help?
If you have naturally oily skin, it does help prevent wrinkles because there's less stress on your skin over time. There's a protective barrier there. So there's that. And other than that, like I'm just obsessive about never, being exposed in the sunlight and about moisturizing and, I don't go to extremes or anything, but that's my regimen. Drummer, that was a 20 from earlier. I think you read that already. Robert Delera said, "A daily routine that can improve the way you look is moisturizing. It helps keep your skin look youthful." This is true. I used to not moisturize because I thought that it was gonna give me more acne because I was like plagued with really bad acne.
That's another thing. Like my brother got all the acne. I never got any acne. That never happened to me. Like, so I never, like I got it like in spots, like once in a while. Usually the trade-off is like it would happen at a time when you have to have your photo taken or something. Like it never happened at a convenient time, but in general.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not nearly as bad as it was like during my teenage years. It was so bad that I was on Accutane twice because it came back after the first round. So yeah, and both of my parents had severe hormonal acne as teenagers.
So it's like you never had a chance.
I was doomed from the start. Like that was just destiny. But yeah, for some reason my younger brother didn't get it as bad as me.
Maybe it's a younger sibling thing because my brother's older.
Yeah, and my younger brother's also the tallest of the three of us. He was lucky. Hyper Baroque said none of them knew they were robots. Mr. Bungle? Is that a reference to something that I'm not picking up on? Probably. Shane H. Wilder. Or no, this one is from Drummer. Oh, that was the $300 chat. Thank you again.
John Durham in the chat says Tim should have sent Brett and Olivia to San Diego this weekend. Comic-Con, right? Well, you got to get those press passes like way in advance to do stuff like that. Plus, like, I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think our audience would care.
I'm sure it's a pretty competitive process too to get press passes there, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's easier than I thought.
Like, conventions were never my thing. I liked
it would be fun though.
I liked industry trade shows and skating. That was more fun for me, but I never went to conventions.
Shane H. Wilder said, I didn't say Vance was the best, but when your choices are S and flaming S. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Yeah. Boston said Catholic Church, white, lesbian daughter, Gaines. Are you saying you want Riley Gaines to run for president?
I'm guessing he means Myron Gaines.
Oh, okay. Are they like distant cousins?
Wait, is Myron Gaines like, was he born in America? I guess like, he worked for the FBI, right? Can FBI agents be from other countries?
I think immigrants can work for the FBI.
It's like one of those things. Like the worst thing in the world is when like a cop show has like an FBI agent. And they've got like a British accent, and like they don't even bother trying to explain why this guy sounds like he's from someplace not in America.
I'm just going to go with the narrative that Myron Gaines and Riley Gaines are cousins now.
Perfect.
Brian Bledsoe said Jessica Biel is back. Also, did you see the trailer of Robert Pattinson playing Chris Hansen? Bro is going hard for that Oscar. I saw the announcement of the movie, but I have not seen the trailer. I didn't know a trailer came out for it. I'm interested to see it though. What is it called? I forget what it's called.
Don't know.
It's not called like Take a Seat Over There or something.
That's what it should be called.
But yeah, I'll definitely watch that when it comes out. What is this about Jessica Biel though? She's back.
There's somebody. Oh, because she's in the Matchbox movie.
Okay. Missed that. Frank F sent us $4.99 without a message. Thank you for that.
Much. We got like a whole hour to do too. This is going to be like, people are going to start asking ridiculous questions. Did you see, I just sent you a link. Maybe we'll cover it on Monday. Arizona State University is now offering a degree in becoming an influencer. There is literally nothing that the college industrial complex can't ruin for people. Like, look, becoming an influencer isn't something you can teach. I don't care what fucking, like, the reason why the people at, what's his name, at Kai Cenat's, at Streamer U or whatever it is, that's successful because of its attachment to him. Okay, they're gaining hundreds of thousands of subscribers because they're attached to his name, not because they've become inherently interesting. And nothing that you learn at the ASU influencer degree, course is going to teach you on how to become an influencer.
Gosh, can you imagine who's getting hired to teach those courses?
I mean, it's a great way to make money if you're like an actual, like you don't even have to be super successful. Like this is where the micro influencers are probably taking those courses because the people who are actual influencers don't want to like waste their time. They're making more money not doing it.
Okay, but you'd be better off learning about something in college that genuinely interests you and lines up with your aptitudes and then becoming an influencer for that niche.
Yes.
Like, isn't one of the main, like, main pointers to someone who wants to be an influencer is you have to have a niche?
Not even like an influencer, but just success. Like, for instance, my YouTube that I watch, that when I'm not watching like long form videos, which is most of the time, but my shorts feed, it's all just people who are really good at like woodworking and unique skills or master carpentry and stuff like that. Have a unique skill that most people don't have. And then the problem is then you have to learn, you have to become like you have to be your own videographer most of the time, and you have to learn production. For instance,
well, that's another thing.
When you watch the videos where they cut really, really like unique corners and then push them together, it's the trend of oddly satisfying, and because it makes a sound when it's literally like you hear the sound click, and that's not the things actually clicking together. That's a sound effect that was put on top of it, and then it goes ding. It's literally hitting that part of your brain that's focused on, that's rewards based, and that's got nothing to do with woodworking and everything to do with social engineering and understanding how the brain works.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to be a content creator, you'd be better off, learning how to edit videos than, I don't know.
And the worst part is most of it actually takes a lot of work. Like the most successful videos that are like 60 seconds long, like that's all I think of when I watch things on Instagram. I'm like, that looks like it took forever to make.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I haven't posted for a while because it genuinely takes so long to edit these videos to get 60 to 90 seconds of content, and it doesn't look like there was much effort put in by the end of it. And I was just thinking about it, and I was like, if AI were really at the point where people told us it was going to be by this time 2026, by July 2026, what they were telling us last year, if AI really like met those thresholds, I would be able to feed my unedited video into some sort of, AI program, and it would edit the video for me, but there's no such thing that does that. Like, that's just not a capability that it has. And I'd still rather do it myself, even if I had the option to offload the work, but I don't know, it's just super time consuming, so I haven't posted as often as I could. Thank you. We are getting closer to this. And it was 11 for yours, right?
Yes. David Bauer sent a $100 super chat. Did you get this one? I don't think you did. That says, congratulations on episode 1100, guys. I've been watching the show for a while and wanted to send some support. Thank you. It says Viva Cristo Rey.
Is that Christ the King? I would assume.
Okay.
Boston said, I went to St. Francis High School. Weird call out. LOL. Well, I think that super chat was referring to the actual person at the high school that you went to. No doxing. Frank F said, been enjoying the pod for a while now. You're both great entertainers and good company. Please make Girly Girl Rules the new Crisis Party sound.
Somebody needs to clip it. And you're going to have to send me an audio file of it. You're going to have to get me an MP3.
I don't know how to do that. How do I do that?
She's like, I'm just a girl.
Well, do you care to explain, or do you?
I mean, you can literally just screen record it and then.
Oh, screen recording.
I guess you could just screen record it and send it to me, and I can convert it to an MP3.
But now I want to know how to do it.
I mean, there's a way you can do it. Like actually, I know, because it wasn't a YouTube video; it was a TikTok video, right?
It was a TikTok, yeah.
I'm sure there's a way to do it. There's apps for that.
Oh well, okay. Doesn't sound like Brett knows either. Weary Traveler said the only mishap our beloved Mary had was the bar fight. You know, I don't think of that as a mishap either. I think that was
if that wouldn't have happened, she wouldn't have ended up here.
Yeah, that was fate.
That's what they call it.
Shane H. Wilder said, if you do not get to my episode 1100 short, I do want your opinion of how I set up my studio. I finished the setup before filming. I'll be using it for something I will tell everyone about soon.
Okay.
Do you tag us or?
I have it here.
Oh, okay. Pop Culture Junkie said ozone layer is healing close to complete recovery.
I didn't know that. Wow. I didn't know that. In the Rumble chat, Marcus asks, "Wait, what bar fight? Do you want to inform the uninitiated?"
I guess I just assumed that everyone was up on the lore.
On the deep lore?
Yeah, maybe there are newcomers who haven't heard the story yet.
Marcus has been in the chat for a long time, though, so I'm surprised Marcus has not heard this before.
Yeah, so I went to CPAC in 2020 before the world locked down. And there was a gathering afterwards at a bar called Harry's, which I believe still to this day is not open for business anymore. And I was, to be clear, 19 years old and therefore not drinking. I was only drinking water, okay? And there was a MAGA influencer there.
Do you want to tell everybody who that is? You have mentioned it before.
Mindy Robinson is her name. And she... There was a verbal altercation that ensued between Mindy and my brother. And then I got involved in the verbal altercation, and I insulted Mindy while she was attacking my brother. And she then went in to attack me as well, physically. And I proceeded to defend myself physically. And
as one does?
She ended up in cuffs by the end of the night, but she did not get, detained afterwards. She did not go to jail. That's kind of the long and short of it, but it was recorded and a lot of people saw it happen and knew that it was me. So that was a tussle. She pulled out a big chunk of my hair, which was straw-like at the time, and it ended up on the floor. Things happened, and then Cassandra, who went by Fairbanks at the time and now is McDonald, she picked up my hair off of the floor, which was pulled out of my head, and handed it to me for evidence that I was attacked. And then we became friends. And then 2 years later, I believe, is about when she contacted me about PCC. So
yep.
That's why I'm here. Because, things happen and there's a reason for all of it.
Here is a big piece of news that just came out today that maybe we'll end up talking about tomorrow night on the Discord episode of over there on the Timcast Discord. Paramount agrees to postpone Warner Brothers merger until after antitrust trial. They postponed it until next June.
Well, I'm happy. I personally am happy about that.
I'm not, just because the people that are happy that aren't you are annoying. So
the other than me, I'm the only not annoying
correct
Paramount hater.
Yes.
Okay, I'll take it.
The absolute the fact is that you don't like it because you don't like the Ellisons. They don't like it because they don't want CNN going to the Ellisons specifically.
Well, I also don't want CNN going to the Ellisons.
I just can't.
For the record.
Yeah, but that's because you have your own views on it that are probably more media literate, if I was to guess, rather than theirs.
So. I'd like to think that.
But in general, this is annoying, and I just want those other people to lose. It's my own pettiness. Let's face it. This, like, the idea that they're saying is that they're like, but we want Warner Brothers to thrive. They can't thrive on their own. That's why they keep getting sold. Okay? Get the government the fuck out of private business. And look, we just want Spirit Airlines to thrive on its own until it gets sold for scrap after they close it, after they shut it down with people still having flights booked.
Damn.
Yep.
I wasn't expecting that.
Look, hey, if I had the money to buy it,
energy.
If I had the money to buy it, sure. Then I could have bought the studio, but I don't. So now Elon Musk can buy the studio and make his Grok AI version of the Odyssey.
Oh, I shudder to think. Unrelated though, on a lighter note, if anyone in the chat is planning to attend this coffee shop event today, let us know.
Yep.
I'm sure that'll be a fun time. And also I would like to conclude the poll.
Yes, we can do that.
I need an answer on what I should wear tomorrow, because I'm still conflicted about specifically the black dress that has just these two tiny like white bows on it.
That seems perfectly reasonable to me.
But you never know these days. So what does it say?
White accents on a dress on a dress at a wedding. 67% say yay.
Okay.
You will abide by this poll.
I will abide by the poll, and I think I know what I'm wearing now. I'm going to wear the white accents.
There you go.
If I never hear from these people again, it will be your fault. Okay, Dingus Khan of Gongolia said, Jimothy looks like my 5-year-old niece's drawing of a raccoon come to life. Jimothy?
You haven't seen, so I don't see a ton of it either, but Jimothy has been all over X. I'm gonna pull a picture up.
What is happening
on the screen? I don't know the lore behind Jimothy, but here is Jimothy.
What?
Lovable, resilient, and curious.
What?
It's the summer of Jimothy.
What the fuck
lovable,
is that?
resilient, and curiously shaped
That's a raccoon,
That's
right?
a
taking the internet by storm.
Does it have like a spinal disorder?
Up everywhere. A Jimothy mascot racing
I
around
love
the
him.
bases at a Mariners game. Bobbleheads and T-shirts with the lovable little guy for sale. Even
I've seen a dog that I think has the same like disorder, like genetic disorder as that raccoon.
The libertarians right now are like, this is why you won't revolt against the government.
What?
I'm kidding about that. Like they keep you satiated with bread and circuses like Jimothy. and soccer. Soccer and Jimothy is why you won't rise up and revolt against an evil U.S. federal government. Nah. They never explain why it doesn't stop them. They're always also not rising up, but telling you why why your particular brand of not rising up is worse.
Jimothy is the reason why they're gonna take our guns.
Yeah.
Why is that so funny to me?
Yes, Spike and Madness, bread and raccoons. You won't fight back against. So you'll click like on a picture of a messed up raccoon, but you won't fight the pedophiles in government.
This is a distraction from the Epstein files.
Yeah. I bet you would. I bet you wouldn't like Jimothy if he was in the Epstein files or something like that. Maybe if I put Jimothy in the Epstein files, people will care.
Oh man.
That's not allowed to like soccer. You're not allowed to go to movies. You're not allowed to do anything. You have to rise up against the federal government 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Jimothy is just a distraction from the fact that Benjamin Netanyahu has been dead for 6 weeks.
Exactly. In fact, I think that it was actually Benjamin Netanyahu who put Jimothy on your timeline through the Ellisons on TikTok. That's what happened.
You know what? Sure. What the hell?
Yeah.
But I love Jimothy though.
The tree of Jimothy must be replenished with the blood of tyrants.
my fucking mind. All right. I'm gonna try to recover from that.
Let's go. We got more to do.
Wait, can you just play the Jimothy video again?
I can play more of it. It's 1 minute and 56 seconds long. Here we go.
More.
Hold
I
on.
like him.
Your tires better be able to
Jimothy.
stop.
I like not
NASA
caring
posting a
about
picture of
anything
Jimothy's
important.
Seattle neighborhood.
Oh, NASA's posting a picture of Jimothy's neighborhood
From space with the caption, Jimothy.
So, look, you want me to believe that
Timothy runs
you
this.
wanted me to believe that the people that went to the moon are posting about a stupid raccoon. You're a sheeple.
He runs this city. And he sure does. Jimothy is a hometown hero. Seattle tattoo shops offering Jimothy.
Why does it? You can't hear it right now because we're not screen sharing, but it sounds like JoJo Siwa is narrating this video somehow. She's like literally just got done singing Betty Davis Eyes.
Heels. A local glass blowing studio selling out their $125 Jimothy creations.
Oh, and it's just like late stage capitalism.
The local artist's portrait of Jimothy raising more than $6,000 for a local food bank. Jimothy is so popular that Washington State confirms someone has already claimed the Jimothy license plate. People just can't seem to get enough of this little round raccoon who is following in the
He's so
footsteps
cool.
of beloved animals like Chonkers the sea lion.
Oh, I bet you've got some Moo Dang pictures there as well.
And Punch the monkey. Jimothy was first spotted and named by Kiana Hall on July 13th.
What am I looking at?
So it's like literally they're just explaining like how Jimothy came to be.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Her Instagram video of him
I can't get
now
over this
with
guy.
8 million
How is my
views.
timeline so cursed that I haven't seen Jimothy today?
Yeah.
I haven't seen a single thing about him.
He's been going viral for like at least a week.
What?
Yeah.
My timeline sucks.
Yeah. Olivia's like, I love Jimothy. And I'm like,
Me
who-
too.
I was like, who the fuck is Jimothy?
No, but I swear there's a dog that went viral like 2 or 3 years ago who has the same like genetic defect as Jimothy. And I want them to meet and make content together so that I can clap and stop thinking about election fraud in the Epstein files. Okay.
Well, that's exactly why they're doing it.
I'm literally I just want to go full idiocracy. Like I want to drink my Brando.
They
and
did
watch
this.
my Timothy content.
Look, they just passed the most recent NDAA with an aspect of the bill that allows us to embed Jewish technology even further into the government. And maybe you would have risen up and called your local rep if you weren't so fucking busy looking at images of Jimothy.
But I love the fact that these people, like, their idea of rising up is calling your representative who doesn't give a fuck and does not listen to your voicemails.
Yep.
That is maybe the craziest part of all. Okay. Sorry, let's resume.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. One more crisis party. Do it for Jimothy. I needed that. I really did. More than I needed Jimothy timeline. I needed the Brett commentary.
Yeah.
Okay. Pop Culture Junkie said hit Comic-Con in 2014 was a blast. Had a chance to talk with Colin Ferguson from Eureka. Brett, you would like it. Lots of Ninja Turtle cosplayers.
I would like to. The thing is, though, is like with actors like that, I don't even know what questions I would ask them. I like Colin Ferguson, and I like that show, but like, what do you ask? Like, what was Sally Richardson Whitfield really like in person? Or like, did you think that the season 4 timeline reset was the right way to go? I don't know. Apparently, the girl who played his daughter on that show is based. So
You could ask him if he's based.
he's like a Gen X Canadian. I'm sure he's like the farthest thing from based, and that's okay. That's okay. You can enjoy entertainment from non-based people.
True. Brian Bledsoe said movie is named Primetime. Now actors can be nominated multiple times in the same category. So twice for supporting actor for The Odyssey and Dune 3, then twice for lead for Primetime and maybe the drama. Damn, he's a shoo-in. He's 4 shoes in. I didn't know they changed that. I mean, I guess it would be rare for people to get nominated for 2 different projects for the same the same award.
Literally this year, there's like, you've got John Bernthal, Zendaya, and Tom Holland showing up in a movie every two seconds.
Yeah, I guess that was bound to happen. Boston said, Mary, didn't your school have a saint you were attached to? Ours was St. Francis de Sales of Assisi. I'm doing my part for the 7K. Christ is King. But Francis de Sales and Francis of Assisi are different people, right? Am I crazy? Am I losing my mind? I thought those were different people. Yes, my school had a saint that it was named after, but I'm just saying that the super chat about St. Francis was about that person, not your school.
Kay Daniels on Rumble says, I've gotten F'd to 0 Jimothy on my IG timeline. That's why I'm here. That's because you're probably fighting the government like you're supposed to. That's why there's no Jimothy on your timeline, because you're doing your job like a patriot.
That doesn't make me feel like a patriot. It just makes me feel depressed.
I know.
Okay. Shane H. Wilder said St. Francis de Sales and Assisi are not the same. Okay, so I was on the right track there.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian Bledsoe said, went to Comic-Con last year. Normally I have no problem with conventions and large crowds, but that was my breaking point. Can't imagine how it is this year with Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
Was it poorly managed, or you just don't like the kind of people that go there? I don't know. Jesse Guess said kudos to Mr. Dasovic.
Thank you.
For your Jimothy bants.
I have no idea.
Maybe. Okay, we should, now that we, unless I don't have all of the super chats on.
I think we do have we do have a couple more here. Let me.
Are they on Rumble or?
No, let me double check here. So, there's one more here from Mike. Says, for the Dylan shirt, he donated that for the Dylan shirt. Also, your Donatello, Bert. Stop playing. Hello, Mary. Happy Friday to all.
Hello, and happy Friday. We do have extra time, so we should probably get to the short for 1100.
Here we go.
By the way, 5 more parties until the wager has been met. 1 more for Brett to wear the Bob Dylan merch.
Should we risk the screen share, or should I just send it to you and for you to watch on your end?
Well, if I watch it on my end, then the audio from it is going to echo.
Well, can you not mute yourself on the app?
Let's just screen share. I think it'll be okay.
Okay, we'll give it a shot. Holy crap, I gotta figure out if I remember how to do that on here. It's been so damn long.
It's been a while. I forgot about that.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, we can't, because it's not, I have to use a different browser for that. I cannot screen share with that, so.
Okay. Send me the link.
Okay.
I will mute myself, which means I can't say anything during the time when we're showing it, so. Okay.
I just sent it to you. I'm gonna start it here. I'm gonna go full screen here.
Wait, just let me mute myself first.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay, here we go.
It's about to be episode 1100 of Pop Culture Crisis, and I don't have anything planned. I mean, okay, like normally people don't celebrate episode 1100s, after episode 1000. They usually don't celebrate again until episode 1500 or episode 2000. But it's tradition. I have made something extravagant every 100 episodes. I can't stop now. But how do you top the episode 1000 trivia special? What to do? You know what? I'll check the internet. 1100 1100. Okay. Huh. You know, maybe I will just put Brett and Mary into a Nokia 1100.
Perfect.
What is going on, Crisis Actors? It is episode 991 of Pop Culture Crisis. My name is Brett, and I am here once again with my co-host. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, Crisis Actors. It's Mary. There is obviously a lot of online drama going on, but I hope that this show is sort of an escape for those of you who don't want to indulge in that right now, at least for the next couple of hours.
No, no one's gonna get the joke. Hell, even I don't get the joke. I've got an idea. Maybe I could do an 1100-minute expose on the history of Pop Culture Crisis, chronicling every live episode, going from the early days when Brett kept trying to eat the mic, all the way to current day. You get to see the evolution of Brett as a host. You get to see the evolution of Mary as a co-host and her ever-evolving sense of fashion.
Now, who am I kidding? What psychopath would actually sit through an 1100-minute expose on Pop Culture Crisis? Hey, I've got an idea. I can redo the episode 500 mosaic, this time using 1100 images.
That is crazy.
No, man, that was a pain in my ass the first time I did it, and that was just 500 images. You know what? Maybe I should just chill and have, like, very blatant product placement for no reason whatsoever.
Ah, it's like Wayne's World.
But I've got to end it with a very cheesy freeze frame where I look completely stupid, and I've got to have a musical jingle over it, and maybe even a PSA. That would work.
The best part of waking up is Gongo in your cup.
Brought to you by the Brett Desevic Foundation to Save the Gongo, a 501c3.
I don't even remember that.
No, not today, Satan. Look,
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Thank you. Where were we? Let's continue.
Oh, yeah. Look, I can't do that. It'd be unbecoming.
What am I? Some cartoon here for your entertainment?
No, let's face it. I'm tapped. I got nothing. 1100 episodes, and I got nothing for episode 1100. Don't know what to do. This is sad. I guess there's only one thing to do. And that's to say, happy episode 1100, Brett and Mary. It's been fun. Can't wait to see what happens in the next 1100. As the Attorney Meme General and an OG crisis actor, I want to extend all my love and well wishes to both of you. God bless, and in the words of a great man.
Take that, you horse. That's a go.
What? Did you really think I was out of ideas? Bitches, we're just getting started.
Wait, I hope you didn't break your glasses on that one, my friend. I was wondering about that.
I am now unmuted.
Yes.
You can hear me, right?
Yes,
okay.
I got you. I don't remember who I was...
silent, like golf clapping throughout to show my reaction because I couldn't interrupt.
I don't know who I called whores, but I'm sure it was well justified.
You know, you do have your out of pocket moments.
We have some 20s.
That was great.
Thank you, Shane. The lighting was real good on the crisis party up there with like
might be better than ours.
I would love to get some like lights from above that actually change.
A disco ball or something.
Yep.
That was an emotional roller coaster.
It was.
Really. Thank you, Shane.
Thank you.
Glad we had time to get to that. Okay. I think the next super chat, which one
was the Stefano one?
Was there one that you read from Mike?
I did that one.
Oh, okay. DeStefano. The times they are a-changing. Bob Dylan reference. Also a Brett's shirt reference.
Yes, I'm gonna ask you guys to give me. I'm gonna ask you guys to give me some time for me to find a good one because I'm not just gonna. I don't want to just go on Amazon. If I have to, I'll go on Amazon and find one. But I'm gonna see if I can find one.
You should get a Bob Dylan shirt that you would actually wear in your real life.
I mean, that's any of them as long as I can wear them inside out.
Perfect.
I will find one, guys, and I will humiliate myself by wearing the shirt of a warbling fake singer.
I've got that feeling like I'm about to sneeze, but
open your eyes as wide as possible. $100 super chat here from David Bauer. Thank you again. Says, like a rolling stone. My fingers send a super chat.
Thank you.
Everyone knows. You know what I'll have to do? I'll have to buy a Bob Seger shirt to counter it because everybody knows that Bob Seger is the superior Bob of the two.
We have 2 20s here. Rob J said, been a fan for 1.5 years. Started by putting y'all in the background while I worked. Ended up listening to the same episode for an entire month before I realized it. PCC almost good enough to pay attention to. That cannot be real. No way. I mean, we are background noise. That confirms it.
As I've always tried to preach to you guys that everybody in this space is trying to give you some type of annoying call to action, blah, blah, blah. Nope. We're just here for you to put on in the background because it's too awkward to have it be silent. And that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, we're just as low as Jimothy.
Yep.
Like, we are Jimothy. We are all Jimothy. Okay, I'm just gonna say Air Soleil, because I think that's what it was. Air Soleil, Air Collet.
They've sent us multiple
I
corrections,
know,
and
but
neither of us can remember it because we're both.
I can't
awful.
remember.
But again, this is why I can't have Google Meta glasses because I go out and I meet people and then they're like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Bro,
hey, fella."
I used to go to contests every year and it was always fun, right? You'd go hang out with other people at skate, get drunk, party, and then compete. And then the next year you'd come back and people would be talking about it. And I'll be like, I vaguely remember that.
If you really want to avoid the faux pas of asking someone again what their name is, just wait. The trick is that you wait for other people to join the conversation and then someone else will say their name.
No, you
right?
say, bro, you're how old? No, let me see your license.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I should use that. Yep. Thank you for the life hack.
Happy to help.
You should start an etiquette channel. I'll just say Air Collet. DeStefano. Sorry for putting you on blast, Mary, but did you just switch your Zin out behind the Hello Kitty Stanley? Yes, I did. It wouldn't be putting me on blast. It's just kind of gross to, do that on camera. Dingus Khan of Gongolia said, "Oh, how does it feel? Sorry, Brett. I had to at least at least you're supporting a Minnesota music legend, even if he's a puke.
I've never heard somebody called a puke before, but rock on.
I don't know any of these Bob Dylan songs that they're referencing, so.
And the only one I ever liked was the one about the hurricane, because it was from a movie. I mean, it wasn't from a movie, but I heard it for the first time in a movie.
Who is the Gen Z Bob Dylan? And don't say Timothy Chalamet.
What? So you'd have to be like a generically folk artist, a generic folk artist?
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry if anyone in the chat is like going to get mad at me for this, but I can't stand. I don't even dislike his music. It's just neutral to me, but I don't like Noah Khan.
I hear stuff about him all the time, but I wouldn't be able to. I don't know any of his songs.
Well, he's become like a massive artist. I'm not really a fan, but it's just like, I don't know, the obsession with him, I don't understand it. And
okay,
maybe he's the Gen, I don't know if he's Gen Z, whatever. He might be the Gen Z or millennial Bob Dylan, but better at singing.
There's a new article. Well, okay, it's a year old. There's a new generation of folk protest singers on TikTok. That literally sounds like hell on earth.
Okay, here's another one I'm gonna put on blast. Tyler Childers. I don't know if that's how his last name is pronounced. Is it Childers or Childers? But
I don't know.
He is one of those like millennial or Zoomer folk protest singers who's like, his music is fine. I actually like one of his songs. But he's so annoying and woke as a person that like, I usually don't have a problem with separating the art from the artist, but with him, it's like, no, you've crossed the line. He's super annoying. Bobby Deuce said, also keep you on in the background while working for over a year and want to give back. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Always happy to help.
Okay,
I got a question for you. So I listened. Yeah.
Is that it then? My friends call me Irk, spelled with an E. Hercule, then, right?
Do you ever listen to the same long form content again if it's not like news related? Like I listen to a lot of the same retrospectives and stuff multiple times.
Like on podcasts? No, not really.
Not podcasts. Like it'd be like long form YouTube content that's been made.
I go back and watch the YouTubers that I watched in high school a lot. I've done that with Shane Dawson and Jenna Marbles, even Tana Mojo. Like those storytime videos go hard.
There's like a guy whose YouTube channel that I really like unless I'm just having a bad day, and then I get really annoyed because like on multiple of his videos, like he does retrospectives on movies and TV. So he did one on like the entire Mission Impossible franchise, and before he even starts it, he says like, disclaimer, Scientology is cringe. Like he had to let you know beforehand that just because he loves these movies, he doesn't support Scientology. And that one was bad enough, but like he had like one where he did all the Harry Potter movies and then he's like, trans rights or human rights. Okay, fine, whatever. That one seemed more culturally relevant. But like stopping your video before you start to talk about Scientology.
I mean, we have talked about the fact that Tom Cruise is a Scientologist, but not every time that we talk about Tom Cruise.
But this was like a 2-hour video or something, like, and you're gonna start it by like making a disclaimer just because this dude is part of a weird cult, like I said, the trans stuff, fine, whatever. When it was made, it was like a huge issue at the time. But no time in the last 5 years has Tom Cruise's Scientology background really mattered.
No. Which is interesting, right? Because it's worse to be a Scientologist than to be, whatever J.K. Rowling is.
I mean,
by
it
far, in my
depends
opinion.
on what your cultural orthodoxy is, I guess.
Right, but I would say
he
it's
did
like
have a
pretty
funny-
objective that he himself, as a high-ranking member of this cult that abuses people, probably has caused more genuine harm to the individuals involved than J.K. Rowling has ever done to trans people.
The guy also did like a really funny thing where I guess Mission Impossible 3 had like a Kanye West, like the theme song was done by Kanye West.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he was in it like in a cameo.
No, and he goes, and the movie even had a theme song from famed Nazi sympathizer Kanye West.
Way to kill the vibe.
That's it's like, bro, just like to be fair, it was like those 2 moments in like out of a 2-hour video, but it still takes you out of it.
Wait, he was talking about the third one. When did that come out?
Oh, like what, 90 or 2000? Like I don't
So
remember what year.
like before Kanye.
Oh, God, like
out.
a decade before or longer before, yeah. Somebody in the
Okay.
chat, let me know what year Mission Impossible 3 came out. I think it was 3 that he did that song for.
Damn.
There's a
Fucking-
20 from Shane H. Wilder.
Oh, thank you guys. Sadly, the lights were done in post with the same method I used to make myself a cartoon, layers, and removing the background. Those glasses were an old prescription and somehow didn't break during the 5 takes.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad your glasses are safe.
I watched like a rerun of an old episode of CSI Miami recently, and there's this really funny scene where Horatio Caine is like holding a gun on someone. He's got his sunglasses in his hand while he's holding his gun, and I'm just like, bro, you can just drop them.
Okay,
Like,
that's what I was saying about Tom Cruise's World Cup speech.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't anyone holding his glasses?
well, in this case, it's like it's a theoretically life and death situation. Just drop the sunglasses.
Also, no comments on the top hat or using the PCC blackout hoodie to become a PCC Unabomber. LOL.
I didn't make the connection to the Unabomber.
I did. Yeah, neither did I. Appreciate the everything I don't like as a PSYOP shirt making an appearance. We need to like come up with a. Didn't we have a really good idea for merch? It escapes me now.
Oh, I'm horrible at that. We should be putting more.
Everything I don't like is slop.
Yeah,
Wasn't it that?
that would be a good one too.
Yeah. I mean, I still think that. Okay, I think we're all caught up on the super chats.
Let me double check over here. I don't know if we're gonna get to 15 to get to. So Mary has to do her.
We're close. We're closer than you think. I mean, if someone wants to come through in the last 15 minutes
to get Mary to have to do
get
her
me to
Wednesday.
do the Wednesday cosplay, but I don't know. The future's uncertain.
Looks like they're saying that Mission Impossible 3 was 2006 or 7. So that sounds about right.
Then why is it relevant to bring that up?
To make sure that you know that he doesn't approve of Kanye West.
Also, like, for the record, the HH song, everyone knows that it's a good song. And they're just too afraid to say it. Like,
I never even heard it. I couldn't find it anywhere to at least, because we were going to cover it on the show and I wanted to at least hear it. And all I heard was the chorus the one time through.
Well, it's constantly getting taken down off of YouTube and like every platform and getting reposted. So like you can't even hear the original mix anymore because it's been distorted so many times. But it's a legitimately good song if you know you
don't
can
pay
get
attention
past
to the lyrics.
whatever. But honestly, the lyrics, I'm gonna say, based on like the context of like why he wrote the song, the lyrics are not about Hitler. They're really not. It's about his own life, and he's basically just saying like middle finger to the people that mischaracterize me.
It was his own version of F you won't do what you tell me to.
Basically, yeah. Like he wasn't even making any sort of commentary on politics with that song. He was just saying like, you're going to villainize me either way, so F it. Like I'm just gonna say the worst thing that someone can possibly say.
Yeah.
Which I think is like a pretty clever move, and I feel he deserves more credit. Pop Culture Junkie said, wow, did that 3 hours fly by? Great show today. Congratulations again. Hope you both have an exceptional weekend. Thank you. You as well.
I do believe that I'm going over to the coffee shop after this, after I get done with all my post-production, depending on how long that takes. So,
are you going to drink a lot of the coffee?
Not at whatever time of night that is by the time I get there, 7 p.m.
Yeah, I can't relate because coffee doesn't keep me awake like that.
I try to avoid it after a certain time. Like, it doesn't always work. Like, for instance, like I used to drink an energy drink before doing IRL, which is like at like 8, and that's pushing it. But it's also like I live 45 minutes from work, so I get home super late on the nights when I'm doing IRL. So I've been there from like I get there at I get to work at 10:30, which means I left at about 9:15 or something like that. I don't get home until well after closer to midnight. So an energy drink at 8 p.m. usually isn't making it or breaking it. But if it's a regular work day, I'm not doing it after a certain time.
Jesse Guess said, I meant Brett's dad for staying so active. That's the Mr. Dasovic.
Yes.
She was
perfect. Good for
kudos to Mr. Dasovic.
John Durham says, is Brett doing IRL? There is no live IRL tonight. I think it was a pre-record. So
isn't it always?
On Fridays, I don't know what they're doing the member event. They've got like panels. I think like Phil and Ian are going to do a panel, and Josie and Tim are going to do a panel. I think maybe I'm missing some stuff in there.
Somehow, even to this day, I've never met Josie in person.
Yep.
Unfortunately. But yeah, if it weren't for this wedding, I would have been able to come out for it.
I try to like the other thing is like when you do IRL, there's just like last night when we were doing in the middle of the callers, like when the last caller was like, and if Brett's still there, because I like hadn't said anything in like 20 minutes, because it's like they were all questions from Mike Benz, and Mike Benz can talk, so you don't have to say anything.
Yeah,
but then
I was only on with him one time, but it was like that.
But when I say stuff on this show, somebody's like, why is Brett talking so much? It's like, I don't know, because literally, like, it's got to happen.
On this show?
Yes.
I think that's ridiculous. That's our job. We're supposed to talk.
Yep.
It's a podcast.
We could sit here awkwardly and not say anything for 2 hours, but I don't know if anybody's going to watch.
We do have a record for doing that, though.
Yes.
Upon request. I forget how long we lasted, but you know, I didn't feel awkward at all. Do we have any on
I think we're all
Rumble
caught up
right
on Rumble. Okay. I think let me just go back up and double check and make sure. Yeah, we're good on Rumble, so I was just
I was low-key hoping we would make it to 15.
Well, somebody's got 9 minutes if they want to get what do we need? We need 3 crisis parties. Well, 2 and 2.25 looks like.
Yeah.
Shane H. Wilder says you could always have decaf, Brett. What's the point?
What? Yeah, I never understood that.
I mean, I just go do regular coffee, but decaf is a thing for those who like to imbibe in such libations.
So I realized that I visit the same Starbucks so often that they attempt to like give me preferential treatment. So when I ask for a splash of sweet cream in my coffee, they take that to mean like, we're going to fill half of it with sweet cream. And like, they think they're doing me a solid, but
you don't want that much.
I actually just wanted a splash.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like reformulate my order now.
We used to have like, they'd get Starbucks here once in a while because they'd get cold brew drinks or like cold brew coffees and stuff. And I looked up the calories in one of them one time and I'm like, bro, like I drink the cold brew I drink is like, I don't even put creamer in it. So it's
he always gets the Trenta size, doesn't he?
I don't know what that means. It's a grand,
the largest one.
It's not not the one that I have.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like, it's whatever the medium one is.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's still egregious. I have lately been getting the vanilla sweet cream cold brew, but I get it with 0 syrup because it's definitely sweet enough without syrup.
And like compared to the coffee that I drink with no creamer and no sugar, it's like it's too sweet.
Yeah.
All it has is like a splash of like brown sugar or whatever it is that they put in it. And I'm like,
The cold foam is definitely enough to sweeten the drink.
There is a $100 super chat here from Drummer, says for Wednesday Mary. So we're getting close.
Okay, I think there's a chance we could make it to 15, but time is ticking. We'll see.
Brian Bledsoe says, speaking of silence, when are we getting Chaircast? We should do that one day. Like next Tuesday, I have like a doctor's appointment like all the way on the other side of town. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it back for the show just because it was the only time available in like the next however many months that I could get in. But
maybe you should do Chaircast then.
Just like leave it running.
And then, ironically, it'd probably make more money in Super Chats than any normal episode.
Would be hilarious.
That would be great if Chair could steal the show.
Yep, I would love that. I think we're all caught up here. Oh, Mike says, hold on. I almost DM'd Bert last night during the Benz rant because bro just went and went and went. Then grabbed a sword. Yes, he did. He did do that. I love listening to him talk, though, because he just goes, and he goes to another place. He literally, his eyes look like they unfocus, and he just starts, like, going. It's kind of incredible.
What was he talking about?
Bro, I already forgot.
I already forgot his, too, but it was months ago.
They were talking about... I already forgot.
Well, I'm assuming it had something to do with the CIA.
Yeah, and a USAID. Oh, they were talking about Fauci and gain-of-function research and these other guys that were connected to DARPA and USAID and all this stuff. And it was like he's just listing off so much information that I can't.
Okay.
I can't, keep it all.
Yeah, he's very well researched.
He is.
I would actually like to hear his thoughts on the CIA theories related to the music industry.
Yeah, I might send him a message and see if he wants to come on and do, at the very least, do a bonus episode and be like,
yeah,
what if I just like ask you one question and then I just like let you talk for 2 hours?
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be amazing. I wouldn't have to say anything.
Or if he could speak on the theory that the CIA is at fault for modern art.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's already done that deep dive as well.
Yeah. All right. We got, again, we've got, it looks like 4 minutes if anybody wants to force Mary to get 1 1/4 crisis parties, I think is all.
Not even. Let me check. Yeah. I think we're at, what does it say? Yeah, we're at $1,384.90. So we're close.
Rob J says, is it Wednesday yet? Not yet. Luffy says, let's do that. Quiet, Brett. And they also want me to make my camera smaller. I should actually do that. I should just make a comically smaller one where you're normal size and mine's like this big.
Well, you could do that right now, right?
No, because like that's on the overlay.
Okay.
I mean, but the thing is, we use these screens because it makes editing easier. Otherwise, I just camera switch the whole time. But it's easier to use these screens because it makes the editing process easier for me.
Why can't AI do camera switching?
I mean, there are apps that can do it with based on. Thank you.
There are AI can do that?
I mean, it wasn't AI, but there like, for instance, there are setups that will do it based on who's talking. It will camera switch based on who's talking, but it gets dicey if both people, like, especially if it's like a debate or something and everybody's trying to get their word in.
Okay.
Penamite says, happy 1,100. For me, it's fishing hats. I would have been on Team Cyberbully Mary about parasols a few years ago, but then I got basal cell and had to cut a chunk off. See your dermatologist, people.
Is that a form of skin cancer?
Sounds like
I don't know the terminology, but yeah, we need to be parasol maxing. It's 2026. We know the science. We have the technology. Or I guess if you're a dude, carrying an umbrella might do the trick too. Parasols are a little bit frilly and girly. But yeah, I am currently parasol maxing every time that I go outside.
If I maintain that guys should suffer in silence, then they definitely shouldn't be like doing whatever that is.
Men should just get skin cancer.
Just like be a man.
Be a man. Get skin cancer.
All right. Shane H. Wilder says, I think I screen captured the silence, as I recall. It went on for a few minutes. Also, it is pop culture crisis. I made the short last year for it.
We have a $100 super chat from David Bauer. You can keep talking. We don't mind. Good background noise. Thank you. We are now at 15 parties, so the wager has been met. I am going to cosplay as Wednesday Addams.
Okay.
It's confirmed. Well, now I have to figure out how exactly to go about that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be like those cosplayers who do all the research into how to pull it off.
I did go as her for Halloween one year, but I don't remember. I think I just bought like one of those like detachable Peter Pan collars, and like I already had a black dress to wear with it. So maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then not gonna dye my hair black.
Wig.
Could go with a wig. I used to have wigs actually. Like I bought some cheap wigs online when my hair was literally the texture of hay. So I could do that, or I could just go as Blonde Wednesday, which is, wait, she has like a blonde cousin or something in the show, doesn't she?
I have no idea.
Maybe that'll be my cosplay. We'll figure it out. Brian Bledsoe said, calling Trudy Jones like Batman to get us to 15.
That would have helped.
I don't think we've seen him in the chat today.
No, I'm not.
Unless he's under a different screen name.
You could just not been able to watch today. It happens.
No, that's fine.
Penamite says, yes, Basil Cell is the least serious. Very billable. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Billable?
Billable. Costs a lot, but isn't very serious. Yeah.
Well, we're glad that you're well now.
Yes. All right. Guys, before we go, as always, would you please hit the like button on this episode and subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you've not subscribed here yet already. Before we move on, I just want to thank you guys all again. Like I said before, the point of celebrating the milestone episodes is that it's a big deal for us to be able to do this show every day, and it means a lot. So thank you guys so much for showing up every day when you do and supporting the channel. We would not be here without you. There are a couple more super chats here. One from Pop Culture Junkie says basal cell sarcoma is skin cancer. Yes. And Dingus Khan of Gongolia says Deus Volt Jimothy is pleased.
What does Jimothy have to do with anything?
I have no idea.
All right. I'm thankful to have learned of Jimothy's existence today. And yes, thank you all for tuning in today. And thank you for the crisis party. And for supporting the show. We couldn't do it without you. You guys can send me validation on Instagram. That is Mary Archived. Or you can send me hate on X. That is also Mary Archived. And help me get TikTok famous. That is also Mary Archived. And if you happen to go to the coffee shop event, please buy a lot of my coffee, the Mary's Ghost Blend. It's s'mores flavored, but you shouldn't think about the flavor. You should just buy it because it has my face on it. That's really the gimmick.
Perfect. Shane H. Wilder says, may you have a wonderful weekend of fun, frivolity, and Jimothy memes. Yeah, and remember, if you're sharing Jimothy memes or thinking about Jimothy at all, it's because the CIA has run a psyop on you to keep you from fighting back against an evil, pedophilic federal government that's out to get you with the Epstein
And you
glass.
are single-handedly destroying Western civilization every time that you repost a Jimothy meme.
It's really your fault. So, guys, if you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram and on X at Brett Dasovic on both of those platforms. PCC is live 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is, of course, noon Pacific. Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, and Spotify. If you would like to listen rather than just watch this show, you can also rate and review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, which is a great way to help us out. If you want to follow us on social media, we are on Twix at popculture_show, Facebook at Pop Culture Crisis, Instagram at Pop Culture Crisis Pod. Also, remember, the Timcast event is tonight at the coffee shop. If you're going to be there, I am going to try and make it. Also, if you are a member of the Timcast Discord, I will be there doing a bonus show on Saturday night at 7 p.m. So I hope I will see some of you there. It'll be a lot of fun. Well, maybe we'll do it more laid back, and I won't try and set up a show as much as it is just hang out with you guys, which is always a lot of fun. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back with another episode on Monday. We will see you guys then. Bye. Everybody.